on his page, and then I believe our page as well. Ocular, what's happening? Let me try to get crumbs in here.
What is up, man? What is going on?
There it is.
Ooh. Ooh.
Uh-oh, I hear that.
There we go. I just I'm gonna turn all that call volume right down. And I think at this point here we should be good and going. Everything on
Cool.
live should be good and rolling. I'm gonna make sure that you guys actually have the proper link here, QRN, because that's how we roll.
Yeah, Stray foot up.
Honestly, it created a new link, so I'm gonna actually swap out what is sitting there. And I'm gonna make sure I send that to you because it sent me an updated link, so we'll send that. It seems like no matter how much you try and prepare in advance, there's always going to be something.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Van. Hey, stick with us, guys, just for a couple seconds. We are just trying to work out some bugs. We are doing this on Instagram Live and on YouTube Live tonight. So if you're on YouTube Live, you can jump over to that if you'd like, or you can stay right here. We're just working out some bugs real quick, and we will be right back. Yes, bro. I love this A's hat as well, man. My son came through and hooked that one up for Father's Day, dude. Sicky, bro. I love it.
All right. So, I mean, we're good to go, man. If you are good to hop on over to the YouTube Zizzle thing of side of things. I don't know if that's how you'd rather do it. I don't know if you wanted to chill on Instagram for a little bit longer, try and direct everybody there. All the links at this point, though, should be leading you to the live stream that's happening right now on YouTube. Uncle Spank, been a long, long time. My goodness.
Goblin Mob, what's happening? Hey, just to repeat that real quick, I think I'm gonna leave the Instagram Live up for a little bit just to kind of direct people over to YouTube. But the plan on here, from here on out, everybody, is that we're going to switch over to YouTube Live. YouTube Live has a lot of better features than Instagram, and the playback is a lot better. You can do a lot more things with YouTube Live, but that's it. So we're going to have this show on Instagram Live right now, and then it's you can join it on YouTube Live if you like. I think I'm going to leave this up just for a little while to direct people over there. General Porpoise in the house. General Porpoise, big General Porpoise show tonight.
The big old General Porp. I'm going to leave the IG Live there.
Very excited about that.
Chat to you on Zoom, if that's cool, man. That way you can kind of funnel people over to YouTube, but I'm going to chill here with you, and I'll keep my eye on YouTube as you guys trickle in. YouTube, we do have it set up for the live chat, so all the comments that you guys put in on there, they'll actually remain on there. They're not going to disappear like they do typically on Instagram. Yeah, so big, fun, exciting night tonight, man. A lot of different toys that are in the mix.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Sorry, dude. I'm putting up on the chat here. Yep. On Instagram Live to find the link on your page.
Do it, man. And if anything, this is great because, you know, we'll save the Zoom video afterwards and we'll be able to pretend like all this happened just like that.
Yeah. Cool. All right, man. I think we are good to go. Sick. Look at that. Only 5 minutes took us, man, and we're rolling.
The thing that I think really tripped me out is, like I was saying, is it was weird to me that normally I know for a fact that when you go to stream a Zoom to YouTube, YouTube really wants you to enter in all these weird credentials. So it directly links to that specific video. And it was really weird to me that it just wanted to stream it without having any of that information. So I'm thinking that it just created a duplicate copy. I noticed Uncle Spanks actually dropped into the IG Live there. I haven't seen Uncle Spanks in a very long time, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know him, but I have heard the name around the community. And so I'm just going to put on here one more time, going to go to YouTube Live.
And of course, if for whatever reason that YouTube Live link isn't pulling them to where we want them to be coming, then let us know, of course, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we'll have to make sure that we change that up or fix that so that you guys end up having use of that. But busy week, man. You mentioned actually on the IG Live too, General Porpoise, big General Porpoise Day today.
Yeah, dude. So General Porpoise, we talked a couple weeks ago about him donating a piece, and it's here. It's ready, man. I did it's a couple pieces actually, and I did a post about it earlier today. Tycho's Tacos got a question. How does it get to YouTube Live? The link is that on your page, Crumbs, or is that on?
It should be right in my page. I also sent you a copy of the link there, but it should be on my page, and also it's the only link on my page right now. If you go to my IG, that should be the only one that's there.
Okay, so if you guys are on Instagram Live and you want to jump over to YouTube Live, the link is on Crumb's page. So the biggest news first, bro. Should we just unveil it right now or what?
I mean, I don't see why not. Why wouldn't we? I mean, everybody's here now on there.
Everybody's here, right? So the name, I think it kind of got out there in the community a little bit today because I've seen a bunch of people refer to it and hit me up about it. But
thank you, guys.
Dude. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, good response from that too, man. So the show, bro, Toyz Alive. That's what we're calling it.
I'm so sorry. I definitely had to laugh my butt off quite a bit. And I'm noticing, you know what, guys? Back to how technology is fun tonight. I'm looking at one screen. It's telling me that it updated the link to the YouTube link. And I'm looking at my IG on my phone and it didn't. So I'll make sure I get that going right now. So I don't know why that's not going. My apologies. Yeah. Weird. So let me copy this and I'll share it. It was doing that earlier with the profile too. I don't know sometimes if it's me, if it's because I've got IG open on too many devices or what. But earlier today, I must have updated the profile for our account 5 times and it just would not save it.
Yeah.
So that's fun. So I'm going to update all those links right now. That's my apologies. Sorry.
Hey guys, if you're watching on Instagram right now, Crumbs is updating the link to YouTube. So
and let's grab this here.
Real quick, Crumbs, on YouTube, is it under our name?
It should be under the Toyz Alive.
So if you're on Instagram Live, so our account on YouTube Live is Toyz Alive, TOYZ ALIVE, TOYZ ALIVE, Toyz Alive.
For the record, that's just because we're cool kids too. But yeah, all the links should actually now be updated. I don't know why it didn't update that previously, so my apologies. If you just click through there though, now it should actually direct you guys where you guys need to go.
Cool.
I can't catch a break with technology tonight, apparently, man.
Yeah.
But you've got some General Porpoise giveaway pieces there that came in.
I do. I do.
Those are
Rolo Tomasi. Only if you're lucky, brother. Only if you're lucky.
There we go, gang.
Cool. Good to go?
Apparently it's actually now updated. There we go.
Nice. All right.
Holy fuck.
Cool, man. So Wolfman Toys, thank you for that. Where the toys are, what is happening.
Oh my
Dookie
goodness.
in the house.
They are a blessing, man. I'm so grateful for the love that they show us. There's really no reason that they should be. Those guys are geniuses. There's General Porpoise there even. I don't know if he's hopping right on in right at the beginning. If he is, let's fucking do it. Let's see the dangly bits.
Yeah. There he is.
How are you?
Good to go.
Oh no, I can't hear the audio for some reason. No, we'll get there, gang.
Mm.
We're gonna get there one of these days. General Porpoise, I don't know if your mic's bringing through any audio at the moment, homie.
How about now?
There we go. There we go. There we go. Were you just being incredibly polite and muting yourself?
I was staring at some other stuff and just wasn't sure what was happening.
Story of my life, man.
Yeah, right.
So, if you don't mind my saying, man, it feels as though you have come out of next to nowhere. And then you are just blowing out some fantastic work. Not to say that you weren't before, but now it seems like we're all fucking watching hard.
Yeah, I guess I haven't actually been making toys that long, but I'm kind of tapping on things that I picked up over the years. Like I did this or similar things in school and whatnot, and just sort of like, so I had a good groundwork to like jump in on it and gonna take it from there.
No audio, Crumbs.
Oh, yeah.
No
Looks
audio.
like he's on mute, maybe.
Totally. I actually think partially is where you were before, what you were doing before, is a large part as to why a lot of what you're doing right now is coming out so awesome, so clean.
Well, I appreciate the kind words that everybody has had, because it's, yeah, I can like real hone in on things and just kind of get tunnel vision, and I'm sure I'm far from the only person making these things that has that thing going for them. But it's like, yeah, you just kind of go down a road, and so it's good to kind of see that other people appreciate what you're doing.
I don't know if you noticed. I kind of chuckled to myself because I don't know if you care at all. I think it was Lab Monkey number 9 is currently loving up your fucking pieces, and you're just kind of like, thanks.
Well, it's like that guy is like one of the nicest people in this whole little subculture that I've picked his brain a couple times on things, and he's really awesome about sharing information, and he kind of helped me figure out like what I needed to do in order to snag his piece from the Toyz du Jour. And so like, yeah, I reached out to him, and he's great about getting back in touch with people who ask him pretty much anything, at least from what I've come across. And I've like picked apart his mold making process to kind of try and figure out. I'm nowhere close to what he's doing, but figuring out some techniques that he's doing just by like dissecting his pictures and figuring out what we've got to do to make certain things work. Like that skirt mold for the Clever Girl was one of those where I really just had to, I didn't know what I was doing, and I just studied his stuff and kind of figured it out and took some trial and error, but got it, and things are looking good right now.
They're looking real good, dude. I mean, so I think I talked to you earlier, and I put it in the new post, but in the old post, dude, so the Clever Girl has 9 points of articulation on this thing, right? You got like the neck, jaw, 2 arms, 2 legs, waist, and something else that I'm forgetting. But dude, where did you come up with the idea for that? Those things, they look seamless. You know what I mean? Like you can tell when something's been kind of kit bashed together, and sometimes it may work and it looks cool, but it doesn't look like it's, really supposed to be. But yours are, dude, they're crazy. Is that something that you just came up with, or did you see something else that maybe spurned that idea?
It's actually like this whole long process that kind of got me to that figure, and it all started from the fact, like I've always kind of been into these things kind of on the side, and like I collect stuff and I'm into the toys. But once my kids started getting toys of their own, starting to see that there's really not a lot, and there's definitely not a lot of good like girl or female figures. I've got 2 daughters, and like they get all these toys, and they're into all sorts of things, but that's something I started to pick up on. And as I was getting into making these kind of kit bash figures and playing around with stuff, I was like, oh, I wanted to make a really cool like lady figure that maybe they could play with or something. And I sought out the old Carol from the Adventure People, and even on its own, this is like one of my favorite figures, period. Like the whole line is one of the top ones for me. And was just messing around with that, and for a couple months just kind of playing around with casting that on its own, and then kind of had this idea for the Clever Girl kind of just floating around in my head, and picked up an old Jurassic Park toy, and I was experimenting with shrinking down the original to match this small scale, and it did not go well. It did not go well at all. I would actually say it was a complete failure, and it just sort of sat aside for a little while, and I was out shopping with the kids and came across, it's one of the new Dominion toys that has a smaller, perfectly in scale for these old Adventure People, and that's what became, I had to like do some modification and like make a new neck and a ball joint and stuff because I kind of combined the Adventure Person neck with the Glyos joints, and then that original that was the failed shrinkage experiment ended up becoming the partner figure that it was sitting around. I was like, oh wait, this is perfectly in scale to Jeff. I was like, oh, Carol had a partner figure, so why shouldn't Clever Girl? And so it's like it all just kind of fell together.
Man,
Nice.
I'm sorry, like I've been nerding out. I'm so jealous. Beat the J and I grabbed those figures. We were like the first 2 people, I think, to bug you, being like, we need those figures. I've had to watch so many other people get theirs.
And, like, oh yeah, poor Crumbs. He's still waiting.
It's worked out. It's worked out well. But seeing the Goblin Mob the other, like this morning, watching the review of that, and seeing him, I think what did it for me, it was like one of those moments you want to punch the screen out of like Green Eye Monster rage, because there was such an authentic chuckle. I heard him give such an authentic little chuckle when he moved the head that I was like, oh, you're having so much fun. You are having so much fun with that right now. Like, oh.
Yeah. Dude, and that was a great video too, man. I mean, that piece that he got, I think he's going to use it in some other little things that he's doing, that piece in general. But dude, that was a good review. Goblin Mob, good job on it, man. That was
for real. That was like, I really appreciate that kind of stuff. It's I'm just super thrilled that like I'm doing this to kind of just have some fun and like share my stuff with people, and just the fact that there's people out there who are really into what I'm doing, and like
you're creating
it's usually like 9 times out of 10 it's a total 2-way street where I like totally nerd out on somebody's thing and they're like, oh yeah, I like your stuff too, and you end up just spitting back and forth for a while, and it's just great. It's like everybody's just real supportive of everybody else, and it's definitely a shining part of this whole hobby.
For sure, man. And I think you hit it on the head, dude. I think, I kind of feel the same way, that there's a real lack of female characters just in that kind of action figure realm. So when I see one, it kind of puts it up a notch for me, just because I don't have very many. I have the Carol from you, I have an Amanda Lorian, and a few other ones, but nothing.
That's a good one.
Yeah. But it's cool. And then the fact that they're dinosaurs in office attire, and they look so dang good. I mean, dude, home run. So let's look at these real quick. One thing that I did leave out on the post earlier today with the pieces that we're giving out is that the black and white that Crumbs has been dreaming about glows. And you can kind of see it in the picture a little bit. So what happened was I charged it up in the UV, and then I turned the lights back on, because sometimes I'll get a really cool effect with the lights on. And then if you just kind of dim the background, you get like a different kind of glowing effect on it without really modifying what the piece is doing. But this one right here, this Clever Girl, this black and white, this is one of them that we're giving away tonight. This thing glows like crazy, man. It's got this really nice blue glow on it. Crumbs is gonna murder me if I hold this up in the front of the camera anymore. But they are, I mean, that is so cool, man. I mean, the jaw
beautiful.
Too.
It's beautiful.
The jaw. Dude, the jaw is like
job on that.
Fully open. Love these.
Yeah.
So that's one. So that's Clever Girl. The other one, I didn't ask you for a name on the companion. Is there a name for him?
I'm that's still something I'm kind of spitballing on, because this was sort of a addition to the drop that I was working on, where I kind of added it midstream, and it's as yet unnamed. It's like it could just go Clever Boy to like be the partner, but there's going to be two colorways of him. There's going to be 5 of what you've got in your hand and 5 of a different one, and that one's called Alan, because it's, I don't actually have it in hand at the moment, but it's colored to match Grant, and so he's got like blue shirt, khaki pants, and a red tie. So that one's Alan. The one you have, I don't know. Still kind of playing with some ideas, but gotta come up with something soon.
Yeah, so that's the new guy here. This is the companion.
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to love that guy, because I don't want to say like a total incel or something, but part of what appealed to me about the Clever Girl was almost like this man eater, you know, just this like, yo, like here's this like velociraptor type chick just like gonna rip you apart. But no, there's another, and then here's this silly short
Like, and I gotta say, I think what makes it is the like kind of, it's that Caucasian dinosaur skin is just like, it's kind of upsetting, but it really kind of works.
It is. That's a great way to put it, dude. It's kind of, you're looking at it, you're like, man, that's weird, but you're like, God, that's so good. It is.
But yeah, because it's like it's their Cretaceous period partners. They're down the family tree. So
oh, nice.
There's the 2 colorways to match these guys, and
wow.
So it's like, okay, so Carol has Jeff in the original set, the news broadcaster set, and then so it's like Clever Girl's got to have somebody too.
Yeah,
great, man. I also,
these are great, dude.
Thank you.
I don't necessarily want to say like you're a fucking genius, but your ingenuity is so impressive. That's basically the best way to put it. Like the fact that you keep on modifying the way that you're doing your builds, so that way you don't have to add as much paint applications. You can actually get the casting done in the colors that you want.
Yeah,
it's like you're forward thinking every time.
In all honest, like total honesty, full disclosure, everything. I hate painting. I hate it. I absolutely hate, like I do as good a job as I can on it, and I really try to like make it as good as it can be. But I honestly hate it. It's time consuming. I stress out about seal coats and stuff coming off, like down, whether I'm just sitting on my shelf or if I give it to somebody and the paint comes off, I'm like, ugh. And so reducing, I'm willing to put in the more work in preparing the figure forecasting to remove as much of that as possible. And that's just me. I don't know. I'm sure there's people who are amazing painters and they love it, and I admire that, but it's like it drives me insane. It drives me totally insane.
Yeah.
You know, I always thought the same thing that like I often think there's a lot of artists in the scene that really like painting, and there's tons that love painting. But what tripped me out is one day I was doing a painting live, and the amount of the artists that were coming in being like, "Nope, hate painting, nope," and some of them are fantastic painters, and the amount of them that were like, "Can't stand painting," and it's like, crap. But it does make sense because the more times you do, sometimes the more opportunity there is for mistakes, and when you have a run of like 10, or you're doing 7 coats because you're trying to get them all thin every time you pass over that small little portion.
A little bit bigger. Well, I like that's one thing I'm a little with these upcoming clever girls is that it's like these paint on the shoes is like it's like things get a little weird, and so that's why I started putting display discs and some wax in, because they do get to the point where a tiny little imperfection, it grows with each layer of paint, and you can
The
rarely get through
millimeters,
one coat of paint. Yeah.
people don't really think about it, but those layers of paint become almost a millimeter, 2 millimeters, and that can make quite the difference on a piece. Absolutely. Oh, that sounds
For sure.
frustrating, man. And also, your pieces aren't, you're not using magnets for a good portion, right? You're using peg joints. So, of course,
Mhm.
it makes it a little bit harder to have things wired and held up in weird balancing acts where you're not going to be bumping them or disturbing your paint applications.
Yeah. And so yeah, and like going and I went down that Glyos road kind of early, and and like it's for me, it's not to do with the swappability of parts or anything. It's the whole like having each part of the body be able to be cast in its own tinted resin and just pop together, and whether it moves or not is it's not. I love the articulation, but it's the main goal of it is just construction, is that I can just cast a bunch of stuff in different colors, pop it all together, and that assembly, especially on multiple pieces, the assembly run goes fast because you just here you have all your arms, you have all your legs, you just pop 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 pop. And I've broken enough of my collection figures in the past that it's like, oh, what do you do when like your T-peg breaks or something? And so here it's like, oh, you could theoretically just make that part again and pop it in. Same with a magnet, but it's yeah, I feel like the peg joints and the magnets kind of solve that little. It's a niche problem. It's definitely like not an everybody problem, but um, being able to just replace parts as you need them rather than having to disassemble the whole thing.
Well, you're the first person I've seen admittedly, because a lot of artists have been discussing the cost of magnets going up, even with magnets not going up. We've often discussed them coming loose, animals, children potentially accidentally eating them. T-pegs, I'll be the first to say it. Hollow bodies with T-pegs, I find there's just so many variables. It can go so many different
Oh
ways.
yeah.
Um, so I'm curious, like, with a lot of yours, then you went right to a. Did you end up going solid body, drilling the holes, putting clay, putting the Glyos uh,
Um,
negative?
kind of did a bunch of different things, but I like I did some stuff that was like the hollow body T pegs, and kind of ran into some of those problems. You get like real loose joints, or I was getting real loose joints, and then I did some magnets, and the time for me, it was the time expenditure and the cost of the magnets and everything. I was like, oh, this works, and it works really well, but I was like, I was having a hard time just keeping going with it. I don't know. I get weird about the way I think about things, but I was just like, all right, I'm moving on. And then I had a couple of, I think it was I came across the Healy Raider. Somebody had given me one. I some of people like I've known about for a while. For whatever reason, I don't know how I missed out on him over the last couple of years, but it's like I did, and it was like Thanksgiving or something. Somebody gave me one of the old Raiders, and I was like, oh, this is like a brilliant little system that, like, because he has the 2 heads, he has the different rockets and stuff, and it's like, oh shit, this is fucking brilliant. And I was like, that whole idea is like, you can just pop the stuff on, and I was just looking at how those were made, and I was doing it where I glued the 2 halves of the body together and just totally filled it in, and then there was a I think it was a Craftsman video where he was talking about putting like the peg on, making the mold, and then, or the half a peg, I mean, on like, put a half peg on the shoulder, you make a mold of that, and then you put a whole peg in when you cast and pop that out, and you're left with the receiver peg. And that, I did that for that PSK figure I did a couple months ago, whereas that's how I did that one. But I found I was destroying those kind of blank pegs after just like 2 or 3. And so I was like, oh, I got to figure out a different way of doing this. And so I was just drilling out and like mounting a receiver in the body, filling in with epoxy and stuff, and then doing the half a peg on the arms. And alignment's been, I'm kind of winging it on a lot of things, and so alignment's not always perfect, but I spend as much time as I can to get it as close as I can. But
they're handmade toys.
But yeah, it's a handmade craft, and it's like a piece of art. Like, I kind of approach it as like, yeah, it's like a piece of art that's fun to play with, and like it's toy art. It's like, everybody calls it, like, it is like, some people, local friends are like, oh, it's kind of weird what you're doing. I was like, no, it's like, I love it. I just enjoy doing it and sharing it, and it's just kind of passionate about it.
It's like rejuvenating. So with the figures that you've graciously given us to toss out into the world here for you today, did you want to send those 2 lovely as a pair? And how did you want the folks who are watching to be able to win it?
I'd say let them go be separated to get more people to, because I just want people to have my stuff. So it's just like, so it's like, yeah, I think it'd be great if the same person got them, but it's like, I'll give the opportunity that's like, hey, like, more people, more the merrier kind of thing. And so it doesn't really matter what order they go in, but first one would be it's Beat of the Jays classic, how many things are in a box. Let me just send one of you guys the actual number, so that
perfect. So we'll do the clever girl first.
Okay,
so this is a
first
clever girl that does glow, and we do have a chat. No, Crumbs, can you see the chat?
I can, yeah. It's on YouTube. They're all chatting away in there.
I see.
Yeah. We're having a grand old party over there.
Gotcha.
So this is a bin of, I was telling B the J earlier that it's like came downstairs and stepped on one of my daughter's dinosaur toys, and seemed fitting, considering that we're giving away a clever girl, that it's like, all right, I just pulled everything off the floor and put them in this bin. We're gonna guess how many dinosaurs are in here, just to give everybody an idea of what they're working with. They range in size from this little tiny guy to stuff this big. So all sorts of sizes in here. And it's, I don't know, it's like a foot by 8 inches by 8 inches is this bin.
So I'll pop that. I'll even make sure I
okay, sorry, man. I'm just trying to get my YouTube live set up here. I had the wrong chat open, actually. I had the Zoom chat. That is not what we want.
Sorry, man.
All good. Yeah. I'm just stupid. Okay, cool. So who has the number?
I just sent it to Crumbs.
Okay, cool.
I'll grab that in a second.
Okay.
And let's see that box of dinos again.
Nice.
That's a decent sized box of dinos.
There we go. Here's a aerial shot.
Nice. How many dinos in the box?
We'll spotlight you there for a moment. Oh. Beautiful. So I'll get that number there. I'll start recording everybody's things. And I guess we'll give it a little while here. Maybe halfway through the unboxings later, we'll drop down how many we've had a chance. And that's going to be for the Clever Girl again. So if you guys missed that, the Clever Girl one is what we're guessing for the dinosaur box number right now.
Dude, I cannot get the chat up for some reason.
When you pull up the YouTube video?
Yeah. I'm just using it on my phone. Not sure why that is.
You've got me a little bit worried. And I mean, it seems like the other homies can see it there. I don't know if it's because you're on your phone. I'm sorry, man.
That's right. It's on. I mean, it's definitely on my end over here. I just don't know what I'm doing. That's cool.
I almost even just wonder if because you're on your phone, it's got like the comment sections like hidden or something, or the chat live. There might be something I gotta click.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
That's all right.
I didn't even see you creep in, homie. I will say that's the one thing that is I do kind of miss. We don't get to see who's hopping in necessarily as they're hopping in.
Yeah.
And do you, out of curiosity, Porpoise, do you think there'll be a whole line? Or do you think are we gonna have little kids? I mean, you
oh yeah, I guess that's like the next step of this is that it's like so it's Clever Girl and then to be determined name. Although I did see Goblin Mob had a good one. Do you think Saurus, which plays very well with the whole Jurassic Park line of that these are all kind of based on, because I think Tim makes that crack that it's like, do you think Saurus Rex was the punchline of his joke that no one laughed at.
Goblin Mob is
and so actually that could be that's currently that's kind of sitting up there. But yeah, I've got a couple ideas in the line. One I'm already working on. That's the next one of these where it's sort of going down that line of the line of thought of taking dinosaurs, bringing them to today and giving them a job. And so finding like a specific dinosaur that matches a vocation of some sort. And so it's the next one actually it's I'm using the supersonic pilot adventure person, and it's going to be a pterodactyl. So it's the pterodactyl pilot.
Nice.
And so that's just starting on that, and some other things I've got working on. But yeah, this is something I'm not gonna put away. This is I love the whole like anthropomorphizing things and giving them jobs, and so yeah, there will be a handful more.
Well, I don't know if you're seeing the chat, even like Goblin Mob saying do a whole line. You got Johnny Marbles saying he wants a hard hat dino the job.
Oh yeah, I've been thinking about a hard hat dino, like find like a, I don't know, figure out a way to do like a triceratops with a hard hat kind of thing.
A little bit. I kind of coupled
just like plowing down trees or something.
I had to kind of laugh when I
Yeah.
saw the green plastic tunnels drop today with the dinosaurs. I was like, dinosaurs, like, I
Yeah,
don't know if they're
had
in
to,
or what, man.
I had to jump right on that. I was like, oh yeah. It was like that thing just tickled my fancy real hard. And so I was like, gotta jump right on it.
That was cool, man. Those were very cool. I think he had posted something. He did a little teaser to that yesterday or something like that, where there was like a woolly mammoth piece that he had posted, and he had made some kind of referral to it being along those lines today. So I was stoked, dude, when I saw those the dinosaur heads in the bumper cars. They were sick.
How many did you buy? 10?
I can see the chat now. Hey, look at me.
Did you scoop up like 5 of each colorway, B to the J?
Just one. Just one.
Scoop
Just
them
one.
all.
But they're very cool. Dude, I'm just going to try to get caught up on the chat here, dude. That hard hat dino, bro. I think you need to make that. I think there's a slight demand for that right now.
Yeah, I've got to I've been trying to source some parts, and I may end up just having to sculpt some of my own if I can't find quite the right thing, because like I like the kit bashing and like doing things that way, but I think sometimes you just can't find the thing you need, so you just got to make it. And Triceratops with a top hat, nice.
Well, and I don't know if you saw, Johnny Marbles is asking the difficult questions here. If it has a long neck, do you put the tie at the base of the neck or at the base of the head at the top of the neck?
The real questions. I think that those are important. Those are important things that we gotta address.
Right.
Yeah. It's like that one, like if a four-legged animal, right? There's always that picture of how does a four-legged animal wear the pants? Do you put it on the back and like, or do you put it on all four legs? I don't know.
Do you have custom pants?
Yeah, exactly. Cool. How do you want to do the giveaway, Crumbs? You want to put a time limit on it, or how do you want to do that?
Yeah, sure. I've so far been recording the guesses. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 guesses so far, and everybody's being so nice. You know, I noticed that Death and Strawberries caught on that somebody else had guessed his before I even caught it. They revoked their number and reclaimed a different number. So far it's moving along. I did pin up there, so if anybody wants to win the Clever Girl, what they've got to do in order to win it. Yeah. So if you guys want, if you feel like we've given them long enough, we can even slip into that giveaway for the Clever Girl. And
because then there's the other one.
Yeah,
right.
and then we got because we got the other guy too. So let's do the Clever Girl. And the question was, how many dinosaurs that our good friend General Porpoise has probably stepped on more times than he would like to
spotlight it there. So hold up that bin of dino. There we go. So everybody can see it in full screen. The dino bin. One of those dinos doesn't even look like a dino. I keep looking at that white-headed Godzilla.
It's the reaction Godzilla.
I was just gonna say that's a reaction Godzilla is what that is.
Yeah, sometimes things find their way off the shelf.
Sure, technically it could be a dinosaur, right?
Why not?
Oh. So this is what it is. Clever Girl. Marbled black and white, glow in the dark, 9 points of articulation on that. Beautiful piece.
That is so sharp, man.
That is so sharp.
I'm curious if O'Keefe is in here, because I know how much O'Keefe seems to always want to snag the black and white ones.
O'Keefe, dude. O'Keefe, he grabbed some stuff from Mark Helis earlier, and there was a drop of 3 pieces, and I think he snagged 2 of them. But very cool. Clever Girl.
I know there is a bit of a latency, guys. If anybody's just joining, I'm gonna give you like a moment to get your guesses in on that bin that we saw. Get the dinosaurs. Guess those dinosaurs. Jazz Wizard, I didn't know if that's your actual answer, man, because I always love when you guess 69, but like if you're not actually using 69, then you get me every time. I think it's your authentic answer.
Pajamas Godzilla.
It does look very pajama-y, no doubt.
General Porpoise made that comment that it's or that pajamas Godzilla. That's funny, dude. It does. Now that you say
ready
that,
to tuck into bed.
He's
now
got
yeah.
his little kid PJs on.
Right, dude. Now that you say that, I will never be able to unsee that. Every time that I see him, I'm going to be like, look at Godzilla in pajamas. That's funny, man. Let's see. Okay. So what do you think? We're ready?
Oh, I'm sure we're good. I'm gonna check. Well, so I've got. Let me see what the answers.
All right.
Make sure no last minute guesses coming in. Yakamuck's the last one. Going once, going twice. Sold. Okay, cool. And then now let me pull up these. Closest without going over from what I can see here is going to be Mars Star Stuff with 54. And the answer I received from Porpoise was 59 dinos in the bin.
59.
59 dinos in the bin.
Nice.
Worry sometimes. My brain's not that sharp.
Can you repeat the winner one more time?
So the winner for this is going to be it's not even, I'm so sorry, it's not somebody I recognize. Mars Stars Stuff. You guessed 54.
Mars Stars Stuff. So Mars Stars Stuff. Hit us up on Instagram with your address.
Yeah, Mars Stars Stuff.
Yeah, either myself or Crumbs or the show page.
Yeah. Even if you want to comment on the video after it goes up, whatever works easiest for you, get in contact with us so that we can make sure to track you down and get your details.
What was the winning number?
54. And the guess that it needed to be was 59. Closest
59.
we got was 54.
Ocular Rhombus says Goblin Mob had 57.
Oh, fuck me. Did I frig this up? Don't tell me. Yeah, somehow I must have missed Goblin Mob's guess. So I'm so sorry, guys. Let me scroll through the chat then. I'm just making all the friggin' mistakes here this time.
All good. So I have a solution for this. Mars Stars Stuff. You will be getting something from us. Goblin Mob. Congrats on that one. Goblin Mob was 57. The answer was 59. Mars Stars Stuff was 54. So Mars Stars Stuff, please hit me up or on the show with your address so I can send that to you. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at the comments coming in. So yeah, how Goblin Mob, however you want to do that, it's cool with me. Whatever you guys want to do. But man.
Yeah, sorry about that, Goblin Mob, man.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad, man. I don't know how that one, I don't know how he didn't paste over with the numbers. That's my bad, guys.
Oh.
And every time with the guesses, too, I'm going with Price is Right rules. Closest without going over.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the fix right here. Goblin Mob says give it to Mars. So Mars, congratulations. Hit us up with your address. I will send this out. Goblin Mob.
Yeah, well, I'll make sure to get something cool to Goblin Mob, man. You're always sending cool shit out there. Goblin Mob's tight. I want to get some
for sure.
Mob anyways.
Goblin Mob, I got some stuff for you, brother. So shoot me your address on the DM and we'll hook it up. But dude,
see,
Mars Stars.
It pays when the old crumbly bumbly bumbles through, right? It's all good.
Congrats again, Mars Stars. That's a very, very cool piece. So let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
The next one.
For Do You Think Isaurus / Alan, whatever we're gonna go with. Gonna do it. I'll do a real quick video pass so that no one gets like too much time to really math it out. But I've got some display shelves facing me while I sit here at the computer, and just gonna go with how many things are on these shelves. There's 2 long shelves that are about 8 feet long, and 1 little shelf that's about 15 inches. And so so there's those things don't count because I didn't bother counting those. So we got from that corner over to the door and this little batch of guys. So just real quick, all the way down.
Collection, man.
I was just gonna say, dude, are those?
And so, how many are there? Is what we're guessing.
What did you spot that caught your eye so hard?
Everything. I mean, it looks like that's all stuff you made, correct? Or most of it is?
No. There's stuff I've made. Some of the guys I've been picking stuff up from other guys here. A buddy of mine who doesn't even do any social media stuff. There's stuff of his, and then just some retail things that I've had lying around that I like. There's like I try to get all the Jurassic Park people. I don't have the space for all the dinosaurs, so it's like I like getting the Jurassic Park stuff. There's there's a few things like some of my like this is a custom of Leisure Suit Larry that a buddy of mine made that is like one of my prized possessions. Wow. Next to the very first custom that I ever got, another friend of mine made that. It's an old G.I. Joe that is me riding a unicycle.
That's awesome.
Like these are Space 1999, which is like one of my all-time favorite sci-fi shows with Walter Matthau. It's ridiculous in every sense of the word. Those are some customs that Leisure Suit Larry guy made. And
Leisure Suit Larry, dude. Leisure Suit Larry. Do you remember when that game first came out? Like how taboo it was? Like if you even had that game or knew that game, people were like, "Oh ho ho, Leisure Suit Larry, huh?" That's funny, man. I saw that pop up again. Not that figure, but I saw Leisure Suit Larry pop up somewhere. But anyways, that's very cool, man. That's some cool work there. So this is what's going on. How many pieces were on that shelf? Shelves, plural, for this guy.
I'm going really thoroughly this time, making sure I don't mess anybody's guesses up. And Price is Right style, like Yucca Mike. Like you go over, you out.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, while we're at it, while you guys are guessing on this one, Jazz Whiz. There's something else I wanted to show you. I'll show you later. It was the General Porpoise actually sent another giveaway for us that we're going to do probably next week or in the future sometime. But it's a Kenner prototype Boba Fett. If you guys have seen those things, I saw them on the shelves for a little while and then they started disappearing really, really fast. So super stoked to have that one to give away. That'll be next week or something like that. And actually, I'm still going to use your question, General Porpoise. It was another number question, and I think I'm going to use that for that giveaway whenever that comes around. So,
right on.
Yeah, very cool, man. This is God, dude. I just cannot get over how cool these are, man. These are just, I've been seeing your posts too, man, with all your molds. And dude, it's a legit setup, dude. Is this the first thing that you've ever really advertised on there for sale?
Yeah, in terms of like pre-announcing it. Yes.
Yeah.
Usually I've just been making stuff and like, I'll make a couple and just like toss out a post and it's like, hey, if anybody is interested, just hit me up, kind of thing. But this batch of both of these is the first like actually trying to boom, like
A drop.
do an actual like, here's a drop, here's a time.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. How many guesses we got in there? Has everybody guessed on this one?
Oh, so far 2, 4. I've got Joe Garcia, Folklorian, Ocular Rhombus, Johnny Marbles, Death and Strawberries, Yuckamuck, Dookie McFartsniffle, Colin Carcio, Goblin Mob, Jazz Wiz, and Fletcher Sandvik. So that's
Tycho's Tacos.
The old Tycho's Tacos. Some of you
Tycho's
guys don't know how talented Tycho's Tacos is. It's insane. Some of you guys are gonna be mind blown. That dude has done some incredible work behind the
Yeah, and actually, he's going to be I believe he's going to be at a fair here locally in the next couple of weeks that he just told me about. So I will definitely be stopping by that. So General Porpoise, speaking of that, dude, we might as well talk about your drop on Sunday, right? July 3rd.
July 3rd, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Gotta snap some pictures and do some last minute stuff, but that's the plan. So I was like, I don't know, I wasn't sure if like doing something over the weekend was the right thing, or like post American holiday anyway. And just I was like, all right, let's see what happens. It's Sunday, and then if stuff's around, people can just hit me up. Like that's the one thing is like I definitely don't mind if I've gotten, there's a bunch of stuff that I've sent out from just people who stumble across it, or I say, hey, do you have X? And I'm like, yeah, I still have one of those, and then send it out. It's like, it's just because I'm just making stuff mostly just for my own enjoyment, and like, so
hard to believe
stuff doesn't sell. It's just, it sits around and it's available if people are interested.
I told BJ, when's my parcel in the back of your door when I'm scooping? I even tried to tell him, I still felt like a little kid being like, oh, I don't know, they're probably all gone. No, maybe there's still something left. And you're like, all 4 there, and it's like, oh, what the heck? Like, matter of asking. Scary.
Yeah, and Johnny Marbles is saying that, last episode he's kind of talking about exactly what we're talking about right now, where some people, they just don't, advertise their stuff, and that's way cool. At least advertise it for sale, but then I think, I don't think there's any harm ever just to ask if it is, if it is for sale. I mean, that's how I got my other stuff from you, General Porpoise. I think I just said, hey, what else do you have? And I think that's a lot of pieces like that.
Pictures and was just like, here's what I've got. And because it's like, sometimes it's like, oh, I'll give something to a friend for like birthday or something, and just like done a bunch of swaps with people, and so stuff kind of moves in and out, and so it's like you never really know what's still lying around. But I'll say, for one thing, trying to do 20 of something is a whole hell of a lot of work, and I've enjoyed doing it, but it's definitely not gonna be my regular thing. And I like 4 or 5. That's like it's like a sweet little number that's like can really focus on a few things, take your time, and then you still have the molds. The molds last for a while, and so if somebody misses out or something, they can hit you up and be like, hey, do you have this? Or like I write actually while I was getting ready to do this run, somebody hit me up and was like, do you have, like, I really want this one thing. I was like, fine, I'm more than happy to just mold one off and send it out, because they're taking their time to reach out to me. And so like they're making that approach, and so to kind of respect their effort to like do the reaching out and be like, oh yeah, I'm more than happy to do something like that.
And that's very cool to hear right there, man. Is that like, you know, when you ask, you're just kind of on the buying end of it. You don't really know. I say this with as much respect as I can, but I know how some artists are when you approach them about their stuff. You know, some people are very welcoming like yourself, and there's other people who are just kind of like, you know, why are you messaging me right now? But yeah, dude, that's a great effort. I mean, it's good effort all around, you know, somebody asking and then you saying, hey, you know, here's what I got. Speaking of that, I just wanted to show these are other general Porpoise figures that I have. And they are clean. I did open these on the show, I believe, or maybe I didn't. Maybe this was before the show. But this is a Czarface. Super sick. I mean, you know.
And take that in for a second too. Like, that's some cojones. I'm sorry. Beat the J and I, that was like one of the first things we were discussing. We were like, this dude is bold and doesn't even care.
There's a like, I'm just kind of thinking of it now. There's a funny story as to how I even got into making stuff, and it's just like you said, it was like a little bold, but I honestly was pissed at somebody, and that's what got me into this. I was trying to buy, I forget what it was. It was something on eBay, some figure, and I won the auction for like, it was a buy it now or best offer. I threw out an offer, and it was accepted. And then the guy, like, a week went by, nothing happened. And I finally emailed the guy, and he was like, oh, I'm not happy with the price that it sold for, so I'm not selling it to you. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I made you an offer and you accepted it.
Yeah.
And he got like all like aggressive and like in my face. It was all just emails, but all up in my face about like polluting the hobby, this and that. I was like, fuck you, I'm gonna go make my own. And yeah. So I was like, all right, be an asshole. I'll just like start making stuff that I'm looking for, because sometimes like I really like these prototypes, and only certain, like, it's generally just a Star Wars thing that they do. And so I was like, oh, I'll make prototypes of some things, and like, because no one else is doing it, so I'll make it for myself. And then a friend of mine,
no one else is doing it.
well, like, because it's like, oh, I was like, I wanted a prototype Czarface, so I was like, all right, that was the figure I started messing around with first. And I was like, because I wanted to put a prototype Czarface on my shelf. So it's like, I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna solve that problem. And then like a friend of mine was like, oh, you got to start sharing your stuff, and it just sort of snowballed from there.
And then, I'm sorry, B the J has it in his hands right now. It's like, that shit's hilarious to me. I'm sorry.
Dude, but you know, here's the thing, dude. These are so clean, like, no bullshit, dude. These are super, super clean.
It's just bold, and I love it.
It is. It's bold, and I love it. And you know what I love about it? It's like, if anybody wants to say anything about it, fuck you, say something about it, because that's what this community is about. You know what I mean? We borrow, you know, we kit bash, we do all kinds of stuff. And I mean, damn, dude, let's be honest, PSKs and Czarfaces are beautiful. Not, yeah, they're not easy to come by either, right? No, like the first, now they're getting more and more available, but when they first started, it's like, you better hit up, you know, Super 7 within the first hour that these things are on the market, or you're not going to get one. You're going to end up paying quadruple online. But this one, like this clear one with the cape, dude, the iridescent cape on there, so clean, super, super clean. The prototype, super, super clean. All stand very, very well. Great capes on them. The PSK, dude, I've been dying to ask you, where did this PSK saber come from?
It's the hilt is a Lego lightsaber cut in half, and then the beam on it I made out of Sculpey.
Oh, frig.
And
wow, dude,
and so
that
like
is rad.
yeah, with like the Starface
Cooler?
and the Star Killer, it's like I really like those, but it's like to be totally honest, like I'm a little apprehensive to do too much more of like that kind of stuff because it's like especially PSK, it's like Killer Bootlegs. It's like he's like a real dude and
And
like
he's such a
and like I've heard him like he's a super nice guy. I've heard him talk on. I listened to like all his Toys on Taps episodes and like he talks about like the different bootlegs of Star Killer and like his thoughts on them. And it's like I agree with everything he says. And so it's like I definitely like I don't want to copy somebody's stuff unless I'm actually doing something doing enough to it that changes it. That it's like not just to make something as a copy and
Well, that's why I even asked B to the J there because I know he actually has quite a few. Do you like that one? Like, would you say that weapon's better? Is that saber better? It looks kind of better.
Absolutely, it's better. I
Mm.
put it next to the other ones, and the other ones, it's kind of like the old school Star Wars style where you have to push it down right here, and the saber doesn't come out all that far. This one is definitely
It's cooler.
I think it's definitely cooler, man. It's bigger, and when you said the Lego part, you can definitely see that now that you say that. But this is great, dude. Great.
and
All
that
right.
oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say like that was that PSK. That was the first like that's a different resin than I was using on these Clever Girls, and I may actually go back to that in the future because with like these are such thin little delicate parts that I went with a softer resin to try to match that vintage toy feel of like they do bend and they return and stuff, but on some of these small parts I'm stressing out about like the joints holding in and into those pegs and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I get nervous with it. And like the 325 and the 326, I like those the best anyway, like because they tint exactly. They're perfect matches to your color, whatever you're tinting them with, and then you can play with the translucency and stuff. But they're real hard, and so with the Glio stuff, you just have to heat up the body to like pop those pegs in.
Yeah.
Are you using a heat gun?
But once they're in, and you're fine. Yeah. What was that?
Sorry, are you using a heat gun or just like a blow dryer?
No, just hot water. Just like just put a kettle on the stove, put a little thing in a cup, and just drop the torso in for a couple seconds, pull it out, and the pegs just pop right in.
That's how you're pegging all your pieces.
Not the Clever Girls, like the Star Killers, and like with the harder resin.
Holy frig, that's a lengthy process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually not. It's actually not that bad because it's like it really is. It's almost like butter. Like once it's hot or warm, they really just go like pop, 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 and like the stuff just pops right in, and just move on to the next one.
Nice.
But yeah.
Just real quick, I was seeing in the chats. One thing that I should say is that's what I think is very cool about this community is that I don't know if you will get a lot of pushback from a PSK or a Czarface or something like that, because I've seen these done before, and they're by very well-known people, and there's a bunch of them like Star Killers. There's so many different versions of Star Killer. There's Lady Star Killer. There's the warped Phantom Star Killer. There's so many. And these are done just like super legit. And Yuck Muck said in the comments that that Killer Bootlegs is a good guy. 100% agree, dude. I've talked to that dude multiple times directly. Super supportive guy. And it's very easy to not like him because in the position that he's in right now, he has basically gone through being from zero all the way up to almost at the top, as far as creating toys and kind of getting to that point that I think probably a lot of makers would like to be at some point.
This is a bar, I would say, for a lot of people. They're like when they picture being able to make toys for the rest of their life, it's the way
Yeah.
he has.
Yeah, and I mean the fact of the matter is the guy is he's got a full-time gig making toys.
It's a gem.
That's legit, dude. I mean, that is, I think, no matter how you
He's
do it.
worked really hard. Like,
Yeah.
it is one of those, he's not an overnight success, right? He's put the work in. He's worked really hard, and everybody can say
He
they worked really
worked.
hard too.
Yeah, he worked real hard for where he's at.
And that's just it, right? Like, it wasn't just handed to him or anything. He's a very talented individual, but he put the work in to get where he is.
For sure. All right, man. We ready for this bad boy right here? Last call, gentlemen
I want to
and ladies.
let me do a once over looking at everybody's numbers, make sure that I get all this settled beforehand. If you went over the guess, then unfortunately it does not count. It's gonna be the closest without going over. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a heartbreaker.
Should get like a
How
little
many-
button and play the Price is Right theme every time you.
Right?
Oh,
Yes.
So I have to start queuing it up. I'm gonna have to start getting a
Dude.
bunch of weird noises. Get the
Yeah.
audio streamed right directly in. There we go.
some elevator music, a little,
You
maybe
know,
maybe
it's funny
some
to me,
Jeopardy.
the last episode we were on, somebody asked like, have you made any new elevator music? And I kind of chuckled to myself because I get how like to some folks they might think it's like that type of music is elevator music, but I dare you, the next time you watch TV, try and count how many moments of dead silence you hear. And then I guarantee you that's not music that you might go and like think, I'm gonna go throw that on. But I promise in most instances when you're watching TV, like you're not going many seconds without hearing audio. Sorry.
Real quick in the chats, T-Bone.
I just caught it.
Yeah, is that you, Spice Drizzy? That might be Spice Dreams.
Spice Drizzy. The old Spice Drizzy.
Spice Drizzy. We were guessing General Porpoise had 3 shelves or 2 shelves with some pieces on there, and we were guessing how many pieces are on there.
I
His guess is
believe
75.
somebody guessed it spot on. I want to almost be sure, but
All
what I can
right.
say,
Who is
Colin.
the winner? Let's just do it. Who's the winner?
Colin has been Toyz came
Oh.
through with 97 straight on the dot.
Wow.
Right on the nose.
Right on the frickin' nose.
You maniac. Has been Toyz. Coming your way, bud.
Yeah, Death and Strawberries.
Awesome.
Haven't you guys heard of Rush? Come on, man.
Elevator music is Canadian rock and roll. That's from Death and Strawberry.
That's our metal.
Man.
That's our metal music.
That is funny. Colin, coming your way, dude. Awesome. Brother, if you could hit me up with your address.
It doesn't matter whoever wins these things. I'm always so stoked to see the homes they go because everybody in this community loves Toyz so much that I just know it's going to be cared for. It's so exciting to see.
Yeah.
Somebody who fucking loves Toyz is going to get that, man. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Especially with Colin, dude. It has been Toyz is such a fucking good dude. This is awesome, dude. Cool. So Sunday, drop on Sunday. I'm gonna give everybody a heads up and say that if you want one of these or one of these,
Get him. Just reach out to him. Well, he's got a drop coming, so you have to.
yeah,
fucking
the drop on Sunday is what I'm saying, that you should probably set your alarm. I know there's a lot of people that reached out to me earlier and said, "Hey, damn, I'm gonna miss the show tonight. I'm bummed I can't get those pieces." I've been saying, "Hey, Sunday, you got your chance because there's enough to probably go around if you're there on time. So set your alarm for Sunday. If you want one of these, they will go quick. I promise you."
Yeah, I think they're gonna go really fast.
And yeah, so yeah, they're 2 p.m. Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Sunday. And
Eastern gang.
yeah, East side. Yeah, like if by any chance like somebody wants to get a pair, it's like get a shipping break and stuff. So because because like my prices always have shipping factored in. So I'll make sure to adjust things and heck, if like, yeah, questions, hit me up. I'm more than willing to answer. And so yeah, that's about that. So
cool. Well, dude, it was super, super cool for you to come on here. I cannot tell you how much we appreciate the giveaways. I'm super glad that these are going to get out into the universe so other people can see exactly what I've been drooling about for the last few weeks.
Happy to give back. So
yeah, right on, man. I super appreciate it, dude. You've been a huge part of this show so far, man. And that means the world to me. And I know it does to Crumbs too. So I super, super appreciate it, man. Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, General Porpoise. Set your alarm.
Right on. Well, I guess I'll bow out and let you get on to your openings, because I want to see what's in those boxes too. So
thank you so much for coming in, man.
So
really
yeah, thanks guys for having me, and
yeah,
really appreciate what you guys are doing. And same goes for everybody else in the chat. Like this is all good stuff. So so more power to everybody, and
appreciate you, man.
Flip side.
Right on. Appreciate you.
Yeah. See ya.
Thank you so much.
Did you see Jazz Wizard's comment about Rush? There are two types of people in this world: people who love Rush and people who aren't virgins.
I'm sorry. I was being sarcastic. I am not a Rush fan whatsoever. I guess I need to work on my sarcasm.
You know what? I'm kind of getting the feeling there's not a lot of Rush fans in the room, which is totally cool. Hey, let's get on to so you want to do some unboxings?
Oh heck yeah, let's do some unboxings. Also, I don't know about you, but like, after that rough start, I finally feel like warmed up now, you know?
Yeah, for sure, dude. I feel like we hit a little groove all of a sudden. It was super, super rough there the first 5 minutes. I was literally sweating, bro. I'm trying not to wipe the sweat from my brow. And I'm like looking at my phone and I'm like, I can't see the fucking chat. Oh man, I'm on Zoom. What the hell? I think we're good now. Only took me an hour and 20 minutes.
Right, there we go.
Yeah. So let's do some unboxings, man. We got some good ones this week.
Yeah. If you don't mind too, I'm gonna sneak one in there. At one point, I had that Fretbrett finally show up. It's been bouncing around since sometime in April, and that showed up. So I'm very, very curious. I don't know about anybody in the chat here who's a Fretbrett fan, but his work is whack, and I'm very excited. I say whack because it's not for everybody, and that's okay. I hope he's okay with me saying that. What I fucking dig about it, like I've got some of his pieces from before. So for one, this is just hilarious to me. This will always be like one of the funniest pieces ever. S loves H, and they're making out. They glow in the dark. But then he does things like this guy here, and it might not like hit the mark for you until you see that this is actually from a mural that he saw on a trip, and somebody had graffitied this guy across the wall. And then of course he ended up liking that thing so much that he made a toy of it. So I find Fretbrett's really interesting in that way, where it's very different stuff than what's going on. I count as 69 Rush fans.
Yeah.
Jazz with it.
Yeah. Fretbrett is a piece. I don't have a piece from Fretbrett yet, and I need to.
Oh shoot!
I need to do that. I know. It's slightly embarrassing, honestly, but just because I know that he's been out there for a while. You know what I mean?
He's not for everybody, but again, like this is probably one of my favorite Swamp Thing type figures. It's called Boggy Boy, and I don't know why. I just love them, man. And like I thought they were so much smaller. I thought they were almost like the Mana Minion back in the day, but like. They stand pretty tall against like a 3.5. They're fun against like a Titty Bean figure.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Did you say you have a Fretbrett piece to open?
I've got a package here. Yeah, I've got a Fretbrett package. It's been bouncing around since like April.
Bust it open. Let's do it.
Oh.
If you want to.
Oh, dude. I'm just trying to be careful. I know he puts even his headers. Like he hand does a bunch of his headers. I don't know about these ones. I know he's been switching them up. Joe Garcia, Johnny Marbles, thanks for the shout out. This is Brain Orgy 27. Oh, there you go.
Oh, cool. Brain Orgy 27. Yeah, you reached out to me today. So thank you for doing that, man. Good to see you, Joe.
I'll admit, I don't like lying if I don't know the account. Brain Orgy 27 isn't jumping out to my brain right now, so I'll have to go and creep them after. That's part of the beauty of that live chat sticking around, man. I will definitely probably be going through that afterwards, trying to see, lining up who certain folks are, I think.
Yeah. So, and, that's one of the main, well, I don't know if that was one of the main reasons, but that you can see the chat afterwards. Oh, what do you got there, buddy?
So he made an attempt at one point at making a couple of like extra large boggy boys with articulation and shit. Look at that fucking guy, man. That's what I know it's hilarious because it's one of those things where it's probably not for everybody. And I hope I'm not insulting him when I say that. Like I think they're fucking cool as shit. Let's see, let's pull this guy out here. Oh snap. Head ball. Let's see.
Resin?
Oh yeah, hard resin. It's on a ball joint for the head. Oh, pop on, baby. I don't want to force it right now on camera. I'm gonna warm it up later.
Yeah.
So this is basically like his version of like if you were to make Boggy Boy into an action figure. So
nice.
There's like a normal Boggy Boy.
Oh, gotcha.
Like an articulating Boggy Boy. Yeah. Clear with a couple black and gold details.
Nice.
Oh, dude. The description he puts on his site for them is so jokes, in my opinion. It's a combination of alien, swamp thing, and something else. And there's a piece in here that, in my opinion, is just like, it's fucking genius, but like it's friggin' weird, man. Like it's kind of jokes. His name is Oltorf. So there's a pole in his hometown that clearly had graffiti on it, and he posted a picture of it on his website so you like know what it is. And basically, from where they had tried to scrub off the graffiti, it left this weird marking, and it's on Oltorf Street, and the weird marking on the telephone pole looks like a weird man. So he decided to carve that pole and the guy that he always sees on that pole and called it Oltorf because it's on Oltorf Street. Yeah, so like, and then I know he's obsessed with slime molds. So he also did a set of a bunch of different fungus molds. I'm just being ruthless now at this point. Oh, fuck yeah. Put that over. I want to show you guys this shit. Sunday.
Yeah.
But Joe Garcia.
Exactly.
Yeah. So these guys are fun as shit, in my opinion. If you're a tactile person like me, I'll give it a second, maybe get in focus. Try and block some of that light out. So these guys were actually called the Overpour slime molds. And they're just a couple different types of mold. Like I know one's like a wolf spider mold. They're just little like actual literal like tree fungus molds. So again, like I get that I don't know if that's insulting to say. I don't think he's necessarily everybody's cup of tea, but I fucking love it, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just like the weird textures. There's so many different textures on there that are like almost impossible to catch.
Yeah. I like the colors in there too.
Oh, dude. And it's just kind of weird to picture like I don't know why. This one I fucking love, man. I'm obsessed with all those little fucking balls. Anyways, Fretbrett.
Fretbrett. Nice package, dude.
Dude, and I honestly, admittedly, I'm always hesitant because, and this is Oltorf, so we did a little painting that goes with it. So that's what the pole looks like with Oltorf on it. But he threw in an extra that I wasn't expecting at all. So, of course, there's a second. Fucking these toy guys sometimes, man.
Nice.
Just a fun piece, dude.
Very
My
cool.
tastes sometimes are definitely a little childish, so I understand if I'm a bit odd for some of you guys, but and Death and Strawberries is probably sitting over there because his little one actually has made a piece that, in my opinion, is like pretty freaking spot on to these types of dudes.
Wow.
Anyways, I'm sure
Cool,
you
dude.
have some really cool shit. I want to see what you got in those boxes over there. What you got?
Yeah. Cool. Well, Fretbrett, good job, man.
Fretbrett, dude.
Those were nice, dude. All right. Let's start off with Dookie.
Fuck, Dookie. Yo, I noticed
Yeah.
actually, I was looking at I always love looking at your lineup beforehand and seeing, because you guys might not know this, but of course, like beforehand, like we end up doing a bunch of chatting and fucking page filling out and getting ourselves kind of planned for what we're doing for the evening. So I get like, I'm trying to see like who he's got and what he's opening, and oh man, sometimes I get so excited seeing the boxes. And this one, you've had quite a few Dookies and Ocular Rhombus lately.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, that's both of those guys are artists that I wasn't really familiar with before. And then once I started seeing some of their stuff, I was like, oh man, gotta have it. So I have been purchasing quite a bit from both of them. But yeah, man, I mean, this one here is from Dookie.
I hope you don't mind me saying, because we were talking about it the other day, Dookie, we hope you don't get discouraged or anything lately, man. We saw you were lowering a bunch of the prices and stuff on your page, but like we think you've got a bunch of really dope shit on your page.
Really dope stuff.
We think you got some really dope shit on your page, so. And
yeah,
it goes for a lot of you guys, so.
Absolutely, man. And they're great pieces. Let's see. Oh yeah. You can smell it through the bag.
Oh man.
And you know that's what we all like.
There's just something about it, man. It's so good. Yeah.
So I saw that you
can't win with the lighting.
now. Yeah.
We just can never win with the lighting, guys.
Fuck.
Is he mauve? Is he like a maroon?
It's like a brownish. He does have yellow eyes. I really hate my lights. I thought this camera would fix it, dude.
I thought it would have nailed it for you, dude.
Yeah. Didn't.
So
yeah, that is dope, dude. That's that. It's a Chewy. I have a pretty extensive collection of Chewies, and it wasn't on purpose. It's just that a lot of people have a Chewy. And
that's not the vintage Chewy, is it? Those legs look better. Vintage Chewy's legs suck.
Yeah. Yeah, they're different. Yeah, those look a little bit more spread out than what these are. But that is dope, man. Very, very cool piece right there, Dookie.
Dookie's always crushing it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Been working overtime. Dude, you've been producing a lot of figures lately. You and Ocular Rhombus both have been pumping out a lot of work lately. Hungarian vintage movie poster, 77 Chewy. Yes, actually, and I was on your site. I'm always creeping your site. Were those new ones? I thought you had some. Oh, fuck, it's going to kill me now. The Chinese 80, 89 variants? I'm not going to get it right now. But yeah, those are dope.
He does have a gun with him too. And yeah, you know what, Dookie, my notes really suck this week, man, to be honest with you. And usually I have written down what each piece is, and I apologize, dude. That's my bad. But that is dope, dude. That is just like you said, it's the Hungarian Chewy from the poster. Sick, dude. Sick piece. There's that. And then he threw that dude in there too, which is it's the one with the cat. I don't know if you remember seeing that one.
I like that.
With this stormtrooper head. It does articulate, but he has the cat in his hand. which I thought was really cool. That's something that I have not seen before.
I saw somebody today
pretty
posted they had a vintage grab, and it happened to have that figure holding the cat, and I was like, holy shit, that's a figure? Okay. And I know he's made some modifications. I love it. I think that's a great figure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dope, man. And Colin said that he was mentioning the card backs too.
Lightsaber glows.
Facts. Yeah, all facts, dude. The card backs are legit. I have several that I'm looking at right now, dude, and they're all dope. And I know there's more dope ones in the shop. So Dookie, thank you, man. These are sick. Very, very sick. 3.75.
I don't know if you saw it, the lightsaber glows.
Oh, nice. Very nice. And I do not have my power here with me.
Sometimes I wish the technology worked in a way that I could just shine mine to the screen, and then
wouldn't that be cool? That would be sick.
I wish, man. That'd be the dream.
I
love glow. Glow might be I've said it every time. Glow is like my favorite effect a toy can have.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. The fact that lightsaber glows, dude, that's badass. That is really sick. And then there's that one. So nice job, Dookie McFart Sniffle. If you guys are looking for some really cool shit, hit that guy up. Lots of cool stuff, man. Very, very cool.
Tycho Tacos, yeah, that was Fretbrett was the one that made those slime molds, and he ended up making up these Boggy Boys.
Yeah.
And then they were also saying that cat figures of Voltron. I can't get over sometimes the amount of different toy shit you guys know. I'm almost like disappointed in myself. But I look up and I see T-Bone, Kitty Fig, Voltron, Dookie coming in being like, yeah, it's Panache Palace Voltron. It's like, guys.
That's crazy, man. I had no idea of that. But it just goes to show, dude. I mean, I think you and I were even talking the other day about some of the knowledge of some of the people that are in the room, like the toy knowledge, light years beyond what I know, or what I think. Yeah, what I think I know.
Goblin Mob. I'm sorry, he always catches me by surprise. He shouldn't. I know that he fucking knows his shit. But I'm never expecting Goblin Mob to be the level of freaking nerd that like nerd encyclopedia that he is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool, dude. It's very cool that we can link up with these people and talk about things. All right, next on the list.
Yeah, what you got?
Next on the list. This one is from Fein.
Yo, hey, also, is that a Dave Sculpt's Toys right behind your shoulder there? That skull?
Under the He-Man?
Yeah.
It is.
Fuck. One of the OGs. He changed the skull. I like the new mods he made, but it's always going to kill me now that I don't have one of the OGs.
Yeah. That's an OG Dave Sculpt's Toys. The head comes off. The brain comes off for the head there. And I'm almost embarrassed to show you what's in here. You can kind of see, but it's guns. There's titty bean heads. There's titty bean brains in there. Just stuff that is hard to display with figures sometimes, or it's an extra that doesn't necessarily. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, that's the Dave Sculpt's Toys. That's a good one.
Sorry.
That's all right. So Fein. You know what? And now that you brought that up, dude, I've noticed that this camera actually catches a little bit wider picture from behind me.
I know. I was so embarrassed. I need to get my shelves cleaned up.
Well, I was just thinking about that, dude. For next week, I'm gonna have to put something. Catchy back there. Let everybody see or ask what the hell that is. So this one's from Fein, which I'll be honest with you, the first time, probably for the first few months that I saw that guy, until I heard somebody actually say his name, I thought it was Feind. I thought it was Feind Base.
Same. I totally thought same. Feind Base. T-Bone, he's got his titty beans hiding in his skull too. Who's T-Bone? Is that Spice Dream?
Yes.
Okay.
I got Titty Bean in my brains too. So here we go with Fein, and he individually wrapped the figure, which is very cool. I always like that. But this one, though, this is a carded piece, and I don't think he showed the cards on his. I don't think he showed the cards. Dude, that is sick.
Damn. That's a fun size, too.
It is, dude.
That's like one of those like Dollar Tree PVC like man bats. Oh, that's sexy.
Yeah.
Spice Dream. What's a titty? What's a titty bean?
But yeah, dude, the size. You know what's crazy, dude?
Fuck, that's cool.
Yeah, and you're right. It's not really a minifig, right? Maybe a little bit bigger than that. But yeah, I actually, when I saw him online, I thought it was at 3.75 for some reason. But I think it was just the camera angle that he was doing all his pics from. But this is sick, dude. I like that. And anyways, here's the card with it.
Yeah, like it reminds me of like this scale here. And damn, that card is really cool.
Yeah. Really cool card.
Damn. It really, like, this is one of those cases where for what it is, it kind of, I don't know, what's that, like pedestals it?
Yeah.
It raises it up.
Absolutely, man. And you know what I think does that for me visually on this one is that the card back is black, but then where the figure is red. And it really kind of puts that figure. I mean, imagine if that were an all black back, that guy would not stand out on there at all because he's a dark gray color. But that, you know, the fact that he's red, like you said, dude, that kind of puts him on a pedestal, so to speak. Very sick. Yeah, I agree. Good card. Yeah. Cool, man.
Ocular Rhombus won a Fein base recently. I'm curious what it was.
Yeah, Fein. So that one's sick. You know, his stuff does not come up for sale very often, but it's out there. I mean, there's some secondary places, you know, without mentioning any names, that actually do have a couple pieces of his.
You know, you've stopped giving away the name of shops before you get a chance to run over there anymore, you know.
Well, but they're out there. And, you know, the fact of the matter is this stuff does not come around very often. Anytime it does come out, it's very cool. And that's another one, man. Fiend on that one.
Fein base.
Fiend. If you don't know how to spell that, Feond. Fiend. Feond. Go follow him if you're not already.
Oh yes, Ocular Rhombus. You know what? I did see that one there. I saw it. The head on it reminds me of almost something you'd see from Resident Evil. That was a cool figure, and I did like the you called them Gundam paints, the wash that you did on it. Curious about that. The word Gundam instantly caught my attention. And I was like, ooh, what Gundam markers? What is this?
All right. Next, and I think this might even be, it's at least the second, maybe third week in a row that I've got something from that damn JDO.
Did you just get on that sale on the weekend?
No. This was from a couple weeks ago, and it was another late night drop, and just said, hey, so there's some of these in the shop. And usually when I see that, I'll go and I'll look, and then I'll get out of it, and then I'll go back in, and sure enough, everything's gone. So when I saw these, I went ahead and jumped on them. So this one is just is a standard bone ghost, but it's got this red and white marble on it.
Almost like the raw meats that he does.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
And you know what? This actually, yeah, the meat ghost. This might be an overpour from the meat ghost because I know that he was doing some meat ghosts.
Yeah.
There was a blue and white one that was super sick. I think I missed on that one.
Those guys got to be pretty hefty. I know they're not the tallest, but they've got to have some chonk to them.
They do. Yeah, I mean, it's solid. Little beefy boys, man. I like that.
Little
so that's
beefy
one
boys.
of them. Yeah.
Little beefy boys.
Beefy boys.
Oh,
And then this guy. So this is something new that I saw him do with the VHS tape. And I can't remember what this one is called. There is a name for this one. It's like cassette or VHS or something like that.
That's good.
But yeah, that one's sick too, man. Orange and white. And he's holding a VHS tape in his hands.
You know, I don't see orange and white too often. That's real good. Fuck, that's really good.
Yeah.
Is the orange translucent or opaque?
Opaque. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, man, you know what, dude? I don't know. I think it. I was just gonna say, I think it's opaque, but then with the white behind it. I mean, I think it's clear, but then with the white behind it, kind of makes it look.
It denses it out enough.
Yeah.
That it almost, because the VHS on an angle is like, oh shit, that thing is just ripping. Looks like a horror movie pop. Like, damn.
Yeah.
What a fantastic pour on that.
Yeah. Really cool, man. Yeah, exactly, dude. The swirl on that is amazing, dude. Look at the face. Like, there's so much just orange and white. It's almost, you know what I mean? It almost looks like it's painted on. That's how good it is.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Very cool. All right.
I can't wait to see the photographs you get of those, man. Yuck and I were talking about that today. Your art is just fantastic, man. I'm very excited for it's out there now at this point, right? That we can discuss like what these photos will all lead to one day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm very excited for when you get that book out there and we all get to fucking just you've got some beautiful photography out there, man.
Dude, and you know, the thing that I'm really trying to work on right now is, as far as the book goes, is trying to get, first of all, getting it complete. And I think what I've done now is gone back on it and decided that, like, look, this first book is going to be probably my first, let's say 200 to 250 posts.
Yeah.
And that's the only really good way I can think to cut it off, because as I keep adding stuff and then taking more pictures, it's like, man, I want to put that one. So I've had to really kind of shut the door on the first book and say, okay, this is number one. And then we're going to go ahead and do it number two. And eventually there'll be, hopefully there'll be volumes of those. And then maybe, people can use it as a catalog someday or something, or just something to have on their coffee table with, with some cool shit that people made.
Yep. I look forward to it. That they made, but also like the way you photograph it is it doesn't just elevate it, it also like it breathes, it's a whole new entity in and of itself. They're two separate pieces of art. It's dope.
Yeah, thank you, man. That's encouraging.
Oh
all
shoot.
Right.
And Gomlob even was saying, he'd love to write a forward to that. So
yeah. You
guys are gonna have to chat it out in the DMs, and because Gomlob himself is actually a writer.
Nice, dude. And that's kind of, Goblin Mob is, that's kind of the part that I'm working on next, is forward and intros, and just trying to kind of just line that stuff up, man. It's tough. I mean, like I said, I wanted it to be like a coffee table size book. The other thing, and don't hold me to this, but I want to get as many of these books out there to people in this community for free. I don't want to charge people for this at all. People had said, oh, you better start a Kickstarter or blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. I don't want to do that. I want to make this and give it back to the community and say, look, man, you guys this is your work in here. Here's your work. You know what I mean? It's not a money-making venture for me. I want people to have something cool in their hands to say, oh shit, man, look at all these rad toys,
Damn.
Let's see.
The chat
anyway
up now. So sorry.
All good. Oh, so this is a good one right here.
They're all good. You ever notice I could say that every day. I'm like a 6-year-old, right? Everybody's my best friend. It's like, this is my favorite maker. This is my favorite maker. This is my favorite maker.
Yeah. Thank you, Mars Stuffed. I appreciate that. I have zero experience taking pictures of toys. You can find my first, if you go way back in my profile, you'll see some really stupid shit I was trying to do when I first started taking pictures. I have a pretty good collection of arcade style games. So I was setting them up on there and trying to do with like these arcade backgrounds. And I thought that was cool. And then it was just like too much, dude. It just needs to be black. Anyways, man, so this is plastic cheese, Ocular Rhombus. I have you're last on my list, brother, because it's I have quite a few pieces from you. But this one is from Plastic Cheese. This is, I believe, my first box from them.
Yeah, I had to go to their page and I had to kind of laugh at myself because I was familiar with their work, but it felt like it had been a while since I'd seen any of their work.
Yeah. So these, Jazz Whiz. Dude, so I saw these come out recently. These were on a drop recently, dude, and I thought they were freaking beautiful. If anybody got in on these, I don't know if they're still available or not. There was quite a few. I shouldn't say that there wasn't quite a few. But it was there was a bunch of different styles available, I should say. So there's two here. So this is Floral Wars, if anybody saw these. Okay, Floral Wars. I'm gonna open this, even though it's got this nice gold sticker on it, so where it's probably telling you shouldn't open it.
Sniff. Make sure you open it near your nose, man. It's gonna smell so good. It's a hand painted. It's balanced to two makers. Ooh.
So the other thing that I should say is this thing was painted by somebody else. This was painted by
a reputable painter, by a very reputable painter. They did a great job, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The name of the painter is Miko, M-I-K-O, Kaw, K-A-W, Hawk, H-O-K, and then the last one I don't know how to pronounce, but it's U-Y. So go to Plastic Cheese page to find these.
But
dude,
plastic with a K, cheese with a Z. If anything, I'll after B to the J shows off the piece there, I can even share a screen. I can show them the exact page.
Yeah. So Floral Wars. Look at the flowers on that thing, dude.
It's really cool.
Sick.
I don't even know, like that's very like 1990 wallpaper.
Yeah, that's a good way to think of it. Besides the artwork being incredible, I mean, a flower pattern on Darth Vader, I think, is a very cool concept in its own.
Now, you've got in your hands, I've got to bug you. Is it a casted Vader? Just a static is it a static casted Vader that's been painted?
It's articulated, actually.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5. So 5.
Shit, eh?
I think this is a figure that's just been repainted.
Okay,
it does have, yeah.
Still a fantastic job. I hope my tone isn't misleading. I think it's a fucking dope figure. Sometimes I don't know what they've done to get the figure. That's all.
Yeah,
the figure is actually going to be I guess Plastic Cheese had them. He must have done the backers, I suppose. And they're done by Nico Hawk.
Yeah.
But if you go to Plastic Cheese with a K and with a Z, here I can even let me just. I'll pull this down here.
Yeah, Plastic Cheese on that Ocular is who that is. So there's one. So that's the Vader. There you go.
So this is what we're looking at here. We're looking at these Plastic Cheese ones, the Floral Wars, and they were painted up by this Miko Hawk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna click right on over to here. So Miko Hawk is the artist that actually ended up doing the painting on these. Look at these paintings.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So that's who ended up doing up those Vaders for Plastic Cheese.
Yeah.
Isn't this cool that we can do this now, guys?
That's dope, dude. I love that.
All right, cool. So that was the Plastic Cheese piece that we were just talking about.
So that was one of them. And here's the other one. And this one I think was was right next to the Vader piece online. So that Leia.
Hey, let me spotlight you here. I want to see that
Dude,
full screen.
Yeah, that is so yeah, I'm gonna show it on the box first, dude. That box is sick. Man, really dope. And then there's the piece. Beautiful. Straight up, dude. I don't say things are beautiful that much. That shit is beautiful, dude. I love that. The yellow.
It's dope as fuck.
It's dope, man. Yeah. You're right. It is. Very cool piece, dude. I mean, very glad I jumped on these.
Beautiful.
And you know, I don't know what the price on these were. It wasn't outrageously expensive though.
It wasn't outrageous. It was like 57 or something like that. 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really gorgeous.
Plastic cheese on that spice.
T-Bone, we're trying to figure out the same thing. We're trying to figure out the exact same thing. We're thinking it's a vintage repaint.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Capes given.
Yeah,
and the capes are a really cool nod to the vintage. And personally, like I really like the boxing, the packaging they've done for it. It's really a complete thing.
Yeah. Well, and the face paint too, dude. I mean, look at the paint on that face.
That's just it. That's what makes it kind of hard to know if it was casted or what, like, because they've really gone above and beyond to restore it if it is a vintage.
Yeah, share screen. Yes, dude. Death and Strawberry. You're right, dude. I love that. So anyways, plastic cheese, man. Floral Wars, if there's any left. I mean, I'm telling you right now, they're sick. Very nice. Thank you for that. Looks like there's a little extra in here that I'm going to take a look at.
Please do.
Oh, no. You know what? I actually bought this. I forgot about this guy.
Yeah, Jazz Wizard, man. They're gorgeous. I'd love to investigate them further.
So here's one. This one is called Night of the Living Jedi. And that was on his page. I don't know how long it had been there for.
Interesting.
But I saw that and was like, I gotta have that. So yeah, it's like this. I don't know what that is, dude. Honestly, someone will have to fill me in on what was used to make that. But
there's a lot of things going on there. That one leg reminds me of there's a oh my goodness. Bootleg series of like all these horror figures. There's a Swamp Thing one and stuff, and that's how bad that leg looks in a good way, you know?
Yeah. And you know what, dude? This thing actually glows. And you know what, dude? I'm gonna grab my light real quick because I want to show this thing glow. The glow is what sold me on this one. I saw it and I'm like, oh, that's sick. And then I saw another picture of them glowing. And I'm like, oh wow, that's really sick. And yeah, Jazz was that Leia is a beauty. Anyways, talk amongst yourselves. I will be right back.
There you go. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really stoked on these dudes. So I'll be the Jays over there. They stand. I mean, isn't that one of the coolest things that we want from a toy? For them to be able to stand? These guys are just fucking fun as shit. Sorry. Those derpy little faces, they're fun as shit. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us today, even though it has taken a little bit to get in the flow of things. I'm excited to see the glow on this weird Frank and Luke. If you guys have any drops coming up, please always feel free to drop them in the comments, and we will try and catch those. Otherwise, you know what? While Be the J's gone, why don't I share screen? And we can actually look at some of the accounts that... Where are you hiding? You're going to be probably hiding. Oh, they's backing out anyways, so... You got your light?
Got my light, man. Yes. Ooh,
you've got a Pamro in there tonight too, don't you?
I do have a Pamro.
Jeez Louise, man.
Oh, dude, this is yes. Yes.
Go out, man. Go out.
You know what's cool with the glow pieces too, man, is when you put the UV on it, you can just see it soaking it up, dude. Like it starts off really.
And you can almost see certain parts like really charging. Oh shoot, that's jokes.
Yeah, dope, man.
Very dope.
Like I said, the glow, it's a cool piece on its own without the glow, but the glow is just.
You know, I do feel bad sometimes because if somebody were to ask us like the perfect recipe for what makes a toy great, I couldn't tell them because like there's some perfectionists out there that would laugh their asses off on what I think is a fantastic toy.
Yeah. Because they're sick.
Because they're sick as hell. That's just it, man. It's hard to. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Don't hate the player.
So I mean, like a glowing zombie Jedi. You know.
Well, and how many of those are there out there?
Well, Crumbs, I believe there's one.
Well, I'm glad that's where he lives, man. Because he'll make it into one of these books. He'll be cataloged and fucking get to live on forever. It's dope.
Absolutely, man. And I think you know what, dude? I think I just hit 500 posts within the last couple weeks. And so when I do take pictures of these, he'll probably be in book 3 is what that would be. So yeah, dude, very cool. Plastic Cheese.
Plastic Cheese with a K and a Z.
Go take a look.
That's how I'm going to say it every time now. Plastic Cheese with a K and a Z. Like,
K and a Z.
You got to make sure that the homies make it there.
Nice little father-daughter duo there.
It's gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
They really did do an upstanding job. I think it's really sharp too. Like it was right around the time of cherry blossom season that those dropped. So it's kind of nice. It's like, well done, guys.
Yeah, cherry blossom, good one. Good pull on that one, dude. Anyways, yeah, there you go. Cool, man. Plastic Cheese also gave me a little freebie in there.
Oh snap!
Yeah, it's a stormtrooper. Well, stormtrooper head. It's a stormtrooper head on there, but I'm not sure exactly what that is. But it's cool. Thank you very much, Plastic Cheese.
Storm Explorer.
So what he's calling that one is I'm looking at the of the receipt here, and it says bonus blue squid trooper is what that is.
I guess Brett, you just noticed the Leia.
Yeah. And the Leia, so let me back up a little bit. The Leia actually has an official name. Okay. I think it's on the box too. Primrose Princess. Primrose Princess. Yeah, that one. And then the Vader is this is very cool. Lord Lotus.
Sharp, man.
Yeah, Lord Lotus.
All the capes too. Are they very thick, or is it like a thick vinyl, or is it?
It is vinyl. Yeah, it's vinyl, and it's not super thick. No. I'd say probably less thick than the original, or probably really close to it.
Nice.
But yeah, similar.
Very cool.
Lord Lotus.
What's next?
Yes, next on the list. Oh, well, we're at the end of our unboxing, so that means Ocular Rhombus is next.
I thought you had a Pamro today too.
Oh, you're right. I do have a Pamro.
Yeah. If you felt like sharing. A little bit. If you felt like
no. Yeah, no, he slid down a little bit. Pamro. Now I know what this one is.
What you got? What you got in that box there?
So this is these came out recently. And I think they usually, when he does a claim, there's usually not a whole lot of pieces. I'd say like somewhere between 6, you'd say 6 to 8.
I guess 6 to 10. Yeah,
I'd say 10. Yeah.
And 10's being generous. There's some drops that I think probably like maybe 4. 4 to 6.
Yeah. And that's what that is right there. It's the
Oh,
marble.
snap.
Yeah, the red and black marble Necro Hunter.
Okay. Hollow body?
No.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, hollow body guys out there. Sure.
Yeah.
That one's a really good.
Yeah. And the thing, I mean, I talked about this before, but the one thing that I really like about Pamro's pieces, especially on this figure, on the Necro Hunter, is the gun comes out. Actually, well, first of all, the gun holds really well in the hand. It's really nice and tight in there. But it does have a magnet on the back, and that magnet sticks right onto the back of the figure there.
Nice.
You can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well
cool.
done. That's cool.
And then he comes with a sword, and that fits nice and tight in there too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah,
a marble
Necro
casting?
Hunter. What's that?
Marble casting?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So good.
Yeah, marble casting, which means that, probably every one looks different, which is cool. Shout out to Jazz Wiz too, man. He's giving me a lot of tips. I'm like, hey man, this person just dropped. And he's probably wondering, why the hell don't you have your alarm set, dude? And I do have my alarm set now. Here's the other thing that I got from him was the one of these little necklaces type things. Have you seen those?
No.
Watch the glow on this thing, dude. Pamro, I should say, his glow, phenomenal glow. I don't know what he uses.
Some of these guys, I don't know. Have you hit your Shawgoss at all with glow?
Yes.
They are the most glowing thing on any of my shelves. It caught me by surprise.
Yeah. Yes, and I got the purple one, and I noticed the little round balls on there. Those really glow, but then the purple actually has some glow to it too, which is really cool. So I'm gonna turn the lights up, man.
Yeah.
And show this glow. This thing's nuts.
Hey, does the other thing have any glow to it at all, or UV reactive?
No.
Damn.
Nope, not on the red and black.
That's okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But
But that one is,
glow, though.
Dude, the glow on this one is just sick. His glow pieces, I know that he's got something else coming out pretty soon. The Glow Buffet. And that thing, it's going to be in this same color. It's like this green, but it just glows like crazy, man. Really good glow on Pamro's stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah.
They call me Jazzy on the spot.
So there you go. Jazz Wiz, there's the sword on there. The sword, the gun. And this is one. So this is my fourth Necro Hunter, and they all look different, man. They all are like completely different. One is like all black. Another one is kind of like a prototype way,
That might be my favorite one I've seen drop, to be honest.
What's that?
That might be one of my favorite ones I've seen.
Yeah. It's cool, man. The marbling on it is really sick.
Spectacular.
Pamro Toyz.
Pamro Toyz.
And the last time I brought up Pamro, I think it's probably worth saying again. From Ukraine, or I'm sorry, Czech Republic.
Yeah.
And I want to say that piece was $30, $31, shipping included.
Oh, fuck off.
Absolutely. Shipping included from the Czech Republic.
I don't know what the heck is going on there, man. Because they used to be, admittedly, I feel his prices on his figures used to be a little bit higher.
Could be. Yeah. And, I haven't been buying stuff from him for all that long. I think I missed on a Necro Hunter a bunch of times when they first came out. There was some Phantom Starkiller pieces that he did, which I really, really want. And those always sell out super fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. So like I said, dude, this was like 30, 31 bucks, shipping included from Czech Republic. And Pamro is super fast, dude. So Pamro, when you buy stuff from him, he is literally packaging it up and making the label as you're buying it from him, because you say, hey, I want this, you provide your information, and the next thing you know, you have a picture of your envelope.
Yep.
That's addressed and ready to go. Yeah, the detail on the sword. Good point, Jazzwiz. It's sick, dude. And what's really cool about that marbling, right? The black and red marbling, is if you look on the sword, dude, it almost comes off as blood, because it's on that bottom part of the sword, which is really cool.
I find anytime that they do that kind of shit, like, what's his name? Rainbow Yawn did that on these guys.
Yeah.
It's looking almost like there's blood on the blade, and it's like, oh,
that's dope.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a dope axe, dude. Actually, I have some Rainbow Yawn pieces, some weapons like that, dude, that are green and blue. And he just threw them in with another package. And I'm like, oh shit. So I've put those, with other figures, and people are like, what's that? And I'm like, dude, that's a Rainbow Yawn weapon, actually.
Right. He sent a cape and a couple additional weapons a while after. I'm probably the same thing as you, right? Like, it's like you grabbed your figure, and then almost a year later, he decided to just fire off an extra little package of some goodies.
Yeah.
Metal.
Goblin Mob, I do need a clapper. I think we've talked about that before. But General Porpoise said that, he was just making a comment about Pamro. 100% agree, dude. Super good guy. You start talking to him, and he had, next thing you know, we're talking about prices of just everything in Czech Republic. And this dude's telling me you can go down and get a beer for like $1.25.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. But then, you start talking to him, and he was in the middle of taking care of his kid. He's got a young kid. I don't know if he has more than one, but it just, when somebody reaches out and they respond like that and say, hey man, this is what I'm working on, it's like, it kind of brings everything into perspective that, like, look, man, we all have other lives. I do more stuff than buy shit.
Yeah.
The artists do more stuff than make stuff.
Yeah.
There's all these other lives. And I think that's what's a really cool part about this thing, is you kind of, either by choice or not, some people are more willing to share than others. But you kind of get involved in these people's, day to day and kind of what they do. For me, that kind of brings it home a little bit more of when I'm, it lets me kind of justify the purchase a little bit more, because I know that this is not a full-time gig for probably 99%. Yeah.
Don't have to be
99% of the people. It's just something that they do and they like to do. But the fact of the matter is that they need to keep buying material to make it,
Well, and we've talked about it a bajillion times. I hope people know what the heck I mean when I say it, but intrinsic value and extrinsic value, you gotta have both. The moment that you start not having one of them, you're just not going to want to do it anymore. There's no longer a reason to justify why you're taking that time away from your family, why you're taking that food off your table.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's all stuff to think about when you really think about what people go through to produce this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, really good comments coming in about Pamro, dude. And his stuff is really, really good. I need to jump back on the family photos that I started to do. And I was waiting for this one to come in. I think this is the only thing that I have on order with him currently. But I plan on doing a nice spread with everything that I have of his. Sounds like Spice Dreams has a ton of stuff from him.
There.
But yeah, very cool, man.
I had a Chewie and I had a Mandalorian with a little baby Yoda, but they live with DSB now.
Oh, gotcha.
Package, yeah.
So cool. Pamro Toyz on the marbled Necro Hunter.
That's a dope figure, man.
Yeah, almost positive they're all gone. I think they went right away.
I believe it.
As we always say, it never hurts to reach out and just ask. Which should bring us to something else that you and I had talked about too, man. We were talking about drops. Yeah. And I guess you would call it the follow-up to a drop, right? So there's a drop, people buy stuff, you say they're sold. and you see the post and maybe there's 10 of them, right? And then you go to the comments and only 8 of them have been claimed.
Yeah.
And you don't know, maybe somebody had claimed something that they didn't list on there. Maybe somebody DM'd them. But as a maker, and this is purely a suggestion, I don't sell shit. You guys do what you want to do. But if you're doing a drop, maybe follow up in a day, 2 days, 3 days, and say, hey, here's what I got left from the drop if anybody wants it.
A nice smorgasbord of whatever didn't survive. Just like this week, you'll notice a lot of you guys will see anybody who came back from 5 Points Fest, they'll be listing things, being like, this what didn't sell. And there's a whole bunch of artists that are like posting some really cool shit that are technically limited runs because they were hoping to sell all 5 or whatever at 5 Point Fest. So to catch one of those, if you couldn't make it to 5 Point Fest, is really cool. But also, like, that's a good thing to get in the habit of doing. Porpoise dropped those 4 glow-in-the-dark figures, and then sure enough, like, I was weary to check, but and I know Trash Troy Studios just dropped a lot of stuff, so it's hard to go through that many posts and navigate who's grabbed what. If you just post a picture of whatever's left, might help even move what's left, what you're sitting on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Spy Streams, that's a great comment about Pamro. It just kind of shows what kind of guy he is. Way back in the day, Pamro was one of the only sellers who was down to talk and sell to me outside of the drop. That's how I got so deep and loyal to Pamro.
Well, Pamro's first language isn't even English. And I know for a fact, based off him and I chatting back and forth back in the day, Google Translate sucks at translating for that particular language. You have to basically like translate it, then translate it back into English, then make a couple of changes, then translate it back into English to make sure that it actually is even as coherent.
Yeah. Total side note, dude, speaking of translation, there's a dude on YouTube that I've seen that Hurt kind of turned me on to, and it's a guy who speaks like 20 different languages fluently. And he's a younger dude, and he literally studies these languages. I think he lived in China. Xiaoman is the guy's name. Xioaman, Xiaoman. And he's white. He's as white as me and you, bro. I mean, he is, but he's some sort of genius, dude. He can pick up these languages like it's nothing. Super cool.
Hey, good on him, man.
Yeah. But Pamro, dude, just to follow up, to wrap it up on Pamro, dude, super good dude. Support that guy, follow him. And it's quality every time, man. He's got these other little pieces. He's got these other guys too, and I don't know if I show these or not.
I like the Mabas, but you know what? Unfortunately, that's one of those cases where somebody got the OBJ file and they've just ruined it for everybody now. I love the Mabas, but like it reminds me of the Fraggle Rock characters that came riding the little vegetable cars. And now I've just seen too many figures with that same like driving a go-kart little 2 hands that it's like, oh shit, okay, that's an OBJ file. We would get just as annoyed if everybody was in the exact same fucking Vader body right now, right? Like we would get just as annoyed if we were seeing the exact same thing being used all the time right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
But it is a dope figure. He's taken his way of doing it. And the Maba style is very cool. Sorry, I don't mean to take away from it. It's still done very cool. He picks a great color scheme for it.
And it's resin too. I mean, it's solid resin.
Which I thought was a dozer. I wonder if that's maybe even like what that Maba style is called. Maybe it's a dozer Maba, and I'm just an idiot, right? I'm willing to take it.
Yeah, and you know, when you start talking about that stuff, I have no clue on what it is. Yeah,
I tried, but there's some that if you weren't there in the 80s, dude, good luck.
Yeah,
because you have to know it.
Ocular Rhombus.
Oh, we're at the Ocular Rom Dizzle.
Ocular Rhombus.
They've been pumping out figures nonstop lately. Capes and friggin'
Yes.
paint apps and full customs and
Very cool stuff, man. I'm starting to get a very good collection of just photos from Ocular Rhombus on his stuff that I haven't posted yet, but I need to.
Does he live close to you?
He is. He's East Coast.
Okay.
So if you know about the zip codes out here, right? Like I'm in California. Obviously, the United States started on the East Coast, and the zip. Honestly, I think I even said this before, so I'm repeating myself here. But his zip code starts with a fucking 0, dude. I have never seen that before. Mine starts with a 9. I'm at like the end of the line, but this dude starts with a 0. I never even knew that was a thing.
One of the first Americans.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, dude, this is very cool. So the packaging on Ocular Rhombus and stuff too. I think I've showed it before. The plastic case.
They're cool.
Very, very, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if he grabs a bunch of them off of Alibaba or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but dope.
Cool. Yeah, and they're clean. They are very crisp.
Allows it to display very well.
Yes, absolutely. So that's one that you could just, I could literally stick on the wall just like that.
Yep.
And
you still get to pull it out if you wanted to and play with it.
Right.
That looks cool. What is that? Some kind of skeleton rebel?
It's like a skeleton astronaut. And that little bouncing that you heard was just the helmet.
I'm surprised all the toy guys aren't like freaking out, being like, "That's this body. Ooh, that's this."
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure somebody will figure it out what it is.
Oh shoot, there you go. I just think they're cool, man. I don't need to steal your secret recipe sauces, but I appreciate that. But so if anybody wants to know where Ocular Rhombus gets them, they're being gracious enough to point you towards them.
Yeah.
That's good. Dude, I want to know what made you start using all the fucking fabrics lately. They're really cool. It's a big switch up, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Prisons, ready to hang.
Yeah, the capes, the fabrics that's used, dude. I think that we opened one from Celestial Res a few weeks back, also with some really cool fabric capes. This is another one. Very cool, man. I like that.
I like that. That body almost reminds me of some kind of weird Kenner Mr. Freeze.
Oh, he said the head glows.
Oh,
you know what? No, nobody says that. I think I remember that.
I don't understand where Ocular Rhombus gets some of the pieces for his toys too. Sincerely, some of them seem like home casted pieces in order to make like the idea come to life.
Yeah, I agree, dude. There's a lot of pieces from him that I have that I don't really know what. Oh, that's sick.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. I love how it's like it glows enough that it's really lighting up like the whites. Damn.
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
Alien's line body. Oh shoot, that makes a lot of sense. It's just so jacked.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. Well, obviously not in the dark, but yeah, that body.
The
absolutely
body makes a lot of sense. The shoulders are so wide, I wouldn't have guessed right off the hop.
Yeah.
Whoa, you got him real charged there.
Yeah. Sick.
Well done, man.
Yeah. Very, very nice.
I guess maybe like, yeah, don't know how you're making the heads glow like that. Well done. Maybe some, actually, Dookie did it recently too, and I'm wondering if it's maybe the same. It was like a clear coat with the glow in the clear coat, and he put it on across the top and the bottom of, or the shoulders and the head of the Voltron cat guy.
Yeah. Yes, right, the Voltron cat guy. Man, another dope one, dude. So let me take this guy out. But the fabric on the cape, dude, that's so sick. It's like a It's almost like a snake skin, dude. And that is what sold me on this one, was that cape. I mean, it really looks like snake skin. I don't know what it is, but it's sick.
I don't know what he ended up using for it. I remember that one posting, and right away I was like, damn, that looks really cool. And I mean this with no disrespect, but dude, honestly, I would love to see Ocular Rhombus collaborate with a caster and do a couple of runs of a couple of these figures. He's designed some really unique character kit bashes and stuff.
Yeah, so it's a stormtrooper body. I don't know what that head is from. Oh, Babadrock, what's up, bro? Welcome. I didn't even see you in here, man. My bad.
They sneak in on the YouTube chat one. They just
Babadrock, go buy something from that dude.
Go buy some Babadrock.
Absolutely, man.
It's
leather.
That mushroom like assassin action figure. A lot of Ocular Rhombus's stuff reminds me of that Babadrock piece that has the like mushroom stormtrooper head. And that's probably one of the coolest fucking figures I've seen. And I'll say that about every action figure, but
yeah. Sick, dude. And Ocular Rhombus just said that he would love to collaborate with the caster. Wouldn't that be something? Right? Ocular Rhombus figure casted by somebody else. And I don't know, I like that, but whoever's in the room, keep that as an idea. I think that would be great, dude. I would love to see more people do that. Collab. I don't want to say there's not a lot of collab work out there, because there definitely is, but having two guys collaborate on one piece, makes it all much better. But very cool, dude. Ocular Rhombus, that one's sick, man. I really like that one.
I think the thing I like about it is that he's really good at designing characters. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything weird about saying that. Like, obviously, he's got a very good eye for like how to equip a character, how to kit bash a character to get some really, really, really fucking cool character designs. But when there's one of them in existence, it's like, well, shit, B to the J's got that one.
Yeah. I was just reading that comment from the comments that are going on. Oh, it's a chat alien thing. Okay, that's what it is. The head, though, I don't know what that head is from. The head, for some reason, it's got that kind of green and purple. It almost reminds me of like a trap jaw. It's 100% not a trap jaw. That's not what it is. But
no, but it even almost reminds me of some of those old like horror McFarlane sculpts, or I'm gonna go back to the Resident Evil one, man. When that movie came out, some really cool figures came out for it. So like,
yeah.
I don't know.
So that's a sick one, man. I like that one. And then the box, of course. And this is something else that he does too, is sometimes he spray paints the boxes, and it makes it really easy to display either way, in or out.
I could either put it on a shelf, or I could thumbtack it to the wall.
Absolutely, dude. And that's great, because those cases behind me are full. And I don't have any more wall space in the room that I'm in. To put anything else in there at the moment. But then, I mean, like you said, you can just hang it on the wall just like that. And I think it looks great.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, really cool. Leather snakeskin print cape, dude.
Did you see Jazz Wizard's explanation? So he heard that Ocular Rhombus is so badass that he killed a rattlesnake with his bare hands and skinned it before he even got home to make that cape. I guess that's where the blood splatter comes from on the box too.
There you go.
Just did this
Makes
with
sense.
his hands.
Yeah.
Got the rattlesnake.
All right. So this is the last package of the night.
Is it the second Ocular Rhombus package?
Yes. Well, if you would quit posting so much dope shit, I wouldn't have to make all these multiple purchases.
Just slapping them out there lately, which is great to see.
Yeah,
and saw it. Also, Spice Dream Toyz is T-Bone. So Spice Dream Toyz was saying a little bit earlier up there as well. He's gone to 100 on those big giant 12-inch figures he's got up on his page. They dropped a couple about a week or two now. dropped a bunch of these really nice fucking those big massive ones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
stormtroopers,
Sure.
right? I don't want to accidentally get it wrong. Are they both? They're not the Fets. They're the stormtroopers.
Right.
They're both.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Absolutely. First of all, this box.
Just stacked with fucking all these little clear boxes.
I was actually smelling the box. It actually.
Wow, there you go too. Fucking Ocular Rhombus, man. What a stand-up artist right now. So anything that's purchased from Ocular Rhombus right now, all the money for anything he sells, Planned Parenthood or abortion funds at the moment.
Right.
Yo, I don't want to talk too much about it, but the United States, man, get out of here. I know people are like, it could happen in Canada too, and it's like, it could, but it hasn't yet. So, fuck, get out of here.
It's a mess, bro. It's a mess. And like you said, I don't want to get too deep in it because that's not what this show is about.
Get out of here. We're gonna see a lot of toys about that this next little bit, and that's good. I don't have anything wrong about that. Anybody who currently feels like they want to make a toy personally, I'm not telling anyone what to do, but if anybody feels they want to make content or toys right now, I feel like artists should always feel like this is the time and place that's where you're allowed to voice yourself through your art. So I hope that nobody feels restricted when they go to make some toys this next little bit that expresses how they feel.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I've already seen some good stuff come out about it. There's obviously quite a few people that are upset. I know people just that are in kind of my circle personally pretty much have the same feeling that I do. It's wrong. It's wrong, man. Straight up. It's I can't believe that it actually happened.
Yeah.
It is. It's very scary. And having a daughter makes me even that much more concerned because, you know, let's be real, man. My daughter could be in that position someday where she has to make a choice. And if she's not able to make that choice on her own, that's not good. That's not a positive thing.
You know how I feel about healthcare in general.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And, you know, the one thing that I'll say about the whole abortion thing is that I don't know why men have a say in that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll never be male only, or I should say, they'll never cancel men out of that debate, but they should.
Well, here we are.
And here we are, and it's a fucking mess, man. And I know as a woman, if I had a man telling me what I can and can't do, regarding that, something that massive in your life, I don't get it. I don't understand it, dude. I'm the first one to say, dude, I'm very patriotic. I love America. I have family that's been in the army or in, you know, just military in general. I love being from America, but there are some times, bro, where I'm embarrassed to be an American. I don't say that very often because I truly don't feel that way. But sometimes, man, when some of this stuff happens, you just look at it and you're like, what's going on? What's really going on right now? And I don't know. I don't know. Let's get back to toys, man.
Let's get back to toys. Spice Dream really quickly. Also, they're just dropping out that they're hoping to try and get a run of the Blue R2 pre-orders. So if you remember from last year as well, they've got the I'm Blue, It's Okay If You Are Too, and they're the Blue R2s and some beautiful hand-done backers as well. And that proceeds are going to be going towards the Trevor Project, which I'm assuming is going to be suicide prevention awareness over in the States. I'm not sure what the Trevor Project is, but this has been 3 times matching for your donations. Their service is more than ever. So, Jazz Wizard, no, 69, just 69, homie. You don't have to worry about it. Just keep 69ing and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so some more Rhombus.
If you dig a little bit on Spice Dream's page, you will find what the Trevor Project is.
Yes.
Read all about it. It's a good cause. So this is another Ocular Rhombus, again with the clear packaging.
I
Super sick.
love
So
Kitty. He designed some dope figures. That guy looks straight out of a fucking sci-fi movie.
and this is another one, man. This is another one with a really cool cape on it. It's got like kind of this galaxy print, almost felt cape. And then it's got the Tusken Raider head on it, which I think is sick. That's a really nice one. So Spice Stream says, yeah, 24-hour teen hotline. Good cause. And it does come with this sword. Cool. Dope, man.
TMNT sword? I'm trying to place what the hell that sword is. Damn, that's
Good
cool.
question. Ocular, what is that sword from?
Yeah, that's dope. It looks so like prototypey. I can almost picture popping it out of one of those. Do you remember when Toyz used to straight up just come on the vent map still? Or the
Yeah,
vent tray? And we
right.
didn't even think about it as kids. We were just kind of like, oh yeah, I can pop out my toys. But now as an adult, I'm like, you guys literally just hand us the vent trays. You found ways of just saving tons of man hours.
Yeah.
Popping them out and cleaning them up.
Yeah.
No
Rhombus,
way.
yeah. Absolutely. The way it was packaged. I know what you're talking about because I just took the sword out. But you're right. Jazz Wiz, too soon. No, not too soon.
You, man.
Yeah.
I love Jazz Wizard.
Yeah.
Jazz Wizard will never offend me, homie.
So that's very interesting. So Ocular Rhombus says he doesn't know where the sword came from, but he does buy accessory lots on eBay.
Smart.
So yeah, dude, somebody, maybe it was Jazz Wiz that we were talking about where Healy got his Raider gun from. And Jazz Wiz tracked it down. He was spot on with it. Yeah, oh yeah, he found it. And he was right. He's dead on.
What gun is it?
What's that?
Now I want to know what gun it is.
So that's another Ocular Rhombus. Oh man, this was a good one. So this is the other one.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ocular, help me out with the name on that one. There was a name on that one.
It should almost be illegal to make Palpatine's head look that badass.
Yeah, dude. So man, this is sick. So he got.
That is who that is, right? Is that?
Oh yeah.
That's a.
Yeah, and he's got the cloth cape again, or that's more like a
Mortal Kombat arms.
Yeah, and the chain. He's got like a chain belt around him too. Just sick.
That's really good. I'd love to see that casted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's very cool.
That would look so good next to the jacked fucking Chewbacca.
Yeah. So he does have a weapon with him too, which is cool.
What an ugly fucking Baron Hideous. Baron Von Hideous.
Yeah. Right.
It was
and same with the packaging. A little bit of spray paint on the packaging. But yeah, that's another sick one, dude.
Jokes.
Dude, the more I look at these Ocular Rhombus pieces, the more I really dig that idea of someone casting some of these.
Because he designed some really fucking cool bashes, man.
Very cool. Very cool. So that's another one.
With a blowtorch to make it look gross. He went straight up Spike on it, dude.
Oh man, so this is sick.
I don't know if I've seen.
I did not know this was carded.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that.
Yeah. So this dude is sealed in, and I don't want to. I don't want to break the paint on there. But that skeleton, and again, Ocular, you're gonna have to help me out with the name on that one.
Oh, is that from fucking Captain America? No, that's the Red Skull. What's a blue skull doing in there?
Yeah, it's blue, and I like he's got a knife with him, but
Jones?
he's got a knife with him, but it's on his leg. You can see that it's kind of like strapped to his leg, which is different.
Damn.
Yeah.
These are some cool figures, man.
Yeah, and the backer is very cool. It's painted, but it's just cardboard. Yeah, for real, dude. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of Spice Dreams Unpunched. But it's dope, man. I love that it's a piece of cardboard, dude. How many pieces of cardboard do we throw away? And he made a legit backer off of it.
Well, and meanwhile, how often do we talk about the fact that like we hold on to the Baba Draw cardies?
Right.
There's Doctor Doom body and a skull from McFarlane. Gosh dang, dude. You find some dope fucking things. And Duke, spot on, man. And maybe that's what it is that I'm digging. The minimalistic vibes of it. But I think honestly, I'm digging I don't want to say this offensively, because I mean it with all like respect. It's the trashy I kind of love. When we think of like lowbrow art sometimes, and like if we are gonna take the art approach on this one, like I kind of dig that like that trash element of throwing it on a piece of cardboard, kicking around, giving it that fucking like spray.
Yeah.
You end up giving it a fucking super gloss finish too, because like even that's kind of jokes if it's got like that nice rounded off finish.
Yeah. Yeah, sick, man. Very cool piece.
Ooh,
thank you, Ocular Rhombus.
What do we got on the back there? What's that say?
It just says 2022 Ocular Rhombus Toyz.
Hilarious.
On the bottom.
I love it.
He says he saves everything. Minimalism 5 stars, agreed, 100%.
But it's got to be authentic. Like you can't fake authenticism. Like you know, it's real recognizes real. I feel like sometimes like if you can't. It's when you look at like one of those Pollock paintings and something like anybody could do that. It's like yes and no though. It's the way he does them that like it hits diff.
Yeah, and you know, Ocular is a guy where I probably wouldn't have had any of his stuff unless I asked, you know, and that's a guy who is very, very cool. Trashbacks the Unpunched. Yes, that's a clever name. But dude, lots of cool stuff. Just go through the feed and shoot him a message and say, hey, is that still for sale? It might be. And there's so many cool things that he's producing right now. I really
not all that expensive. 50,
absolutely
$50.
Right.
Constantly.
And as far as customer service goes, instant shipping. So
at this point, that's like the one thing, eh?
You know, and let's talk about shipping real quick, dude. Like, I don't honestly, man, when I buy a piece, I don't give a fuck when I get it. But if it's going to be longer than what it should normally take, I think it's give us a heads up. And that's all. That's really all as buyers that we're asking for is like, hey, man, you're going to be delayed. Cool, legit. I don't care. That's fine. But if you could please let me know that, like, hey, man, I know you paid for this, but I'm not going to send it for 2 months.
Yeah,
that would be nice if you give me a heads up like that. I do have a lot of money floating out there right now. Nobody in this room, thank God. But I do have a lot of stuff, floating out there right now that, and then it gets awkward to check up on it. Like, it just kind of creates this kind of weird vibe. And I think if everybody was just kind of more upfront with like, hey, man, and I'm not talking about everybody. I'm just saying that there's just in general, when you don't get something, if there could be a follow-up of like, hey, man, this happened. I'm not gonna be able to get this out. Maybe it's not even made yet. I don't know. But it's just, it's not a
variables. We all live on planet Earth. We're all human beings.
Yeah.
So we can all understand. Like, just communicado.
Yeah. Dude, look at this. T-Bone and Ocular talking about doing some charity work. Yeah, dude. Very cool, man.
That'd be very cool.
Awesome.
You got any more Ocular Rhombuses kicking around in that box there?
No, that's it, man. So that was it for the unboxings. Ocular Rhombus, thank you, dude. That was very, very cool pieces. Like I said, man, if you guys want some really cool kit bash, kind of repaints with some just really wild characters, Ocular Rhombus, that's your man right there. General Porpoise says shipping is something that he's always tried to go out of my way to make as fast as possible. Agreed, man. The worst possible thing for me that happens when I'm buying stuff is when it takes so long and there's no communication, and then you start to resent the piece a little bit, right? Like you get the piece and it kind of detracts from the piece, because every time I look at that piece now, I'm like, you know how long it took me to get this fucking thing? Like, you know how long this dude had my money for me to get this? And that's a shitty part of it that should not even come into the equation at all. Unfortunately, it does when stuff gets really out of hand. I'll take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But anything besides that, like, man, just let us know. That's all we're asking. Just let us know. Junk, what's happening, my man? Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, it's that communication.
Yeah, it's communication. That's all it is. Communicate. That's it. That's all I got for unboxings, man.
Sick. Well, I think earlier tonight, General Porpoise ended up hopping in and joining us, and we got a little bit sidetracked from some of our normal, like, beginning chatter. Plus, we were fumbling all over our own feet getting in here tonight.
Yeah.
But Trash Droid Studios just broke the 1,000. I know he was doing that cool drop.
Yeah.
He dropped one out. I think he's going to potentially post, like, what's remaining from there that didn't get claimed soon. But otherwise, he just hit that 1,000. So I know he's plotting out a giveaway for that. And then also shows and drops coming up. I know that's what we always like to try and catch. Hella right now. Anybody who didn't catch it, I think Hella Radical Toys had a bunch of his stuff on for 29. I believe they're going to be going on 29 for the weekend. Also, you ended up sharing this with me, Glowman Dan. I want to actually pull this up. So I'm going to share screen. This individual here is doing a drop. 898 followers, but I hadn't heard of this person before.
Yeah.
And they've got all these weird little glowworms going on now.
Yeah. Those are cool, man. I do not have anything from this artist at all.
Me neither.
But yeah, those are legit. Look at that little unicorn, dude. What is that? That little unicorn was dope up there.
Clean, eh?
Yeah, that's sick. I like that.
It looks super clean. I think that's what I'm finding trippy. And he clearly loves that glow powder. But like even up here, like glows, double casts, it's like, holy cow, man, who are you?
Yeah.
So this guy's dropping some toys tomorrow. Glowman Dan. Damn, though. Some cool ass fucking glows going on there.
Yeah, those are cool. Dude, that one right in the middle right there, that kind of rainbow glow, that's badass.
What is going on here, eh?
Yeah.
Probably a double casted glow. New
that's what it looks like.
Double cast. Yeah.
I like how that texture almost gives it like a kaleidoscope look on the back there. That's very cool.
Damn. Really cool piece. Ooh. Interesting.
Is that hollow?
It's not hollow, I don't think. I think that is so clear.
Oh, gotcha. Wow, well done. If that's solid and it's clear, that thing is crystal.
I think it's one of those cases where a lot of the times when it's a clear piece, you can almost see it better from the pore spot where it was all like smooth as heck. So those are dropping tomorrow. And I know that Feral Foundry actually has a drop happening tomorrow as well. So let me pull those up. They're called Private Eyes. That dude just busts out work so fast, man.
Yeah, the Private Eye, man, that's that one that looks like an octopus, but it's got a big eye in the middle.
It's another Shoggoth, yeah. So he actually does a lot of, he calls them Shoggoths.
Yeah.
Here we go. And I believe he has it hiding in his story right now. There we go. Private eye drops.
Yeah,
So
very
what I
cool.
find really interesting about the way that he sculpts is he actually pre-casts a bunch of these like silicone rubber circles, and then he'll use those while he's casting, so that way he can actually like pinch them and pull them out of the clay he's using, because he uses what's called cheval clay, and so it doesn't bake. It just gets a little bit harder over time, and you warm it up in order to actually make it malleable again. So he does that. Oh, nice. Gobble Mob, July 4th,
Yep.
1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific time for those minions. So if you've been watching Gobble Mob's page, I'm actually just going to go right on over to him. Why the heck wouldn't I? Boom, 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 boom.
Goblin Mob, you're on my drops list. I promise you, brother. You were there. You're there.
There you go. I can't
But
believe
yeah,
I missed
Goblin
that.
Mob July 4th, dude. Those minions, those are sick.
If you guys saw, Gobble Mob was joining us, I guess it was
Yes.
about 2 weeks ago now, and he made sure to show off these while we were doing the giveaway. So all these guys here are going up July 4th, 1 p.m. Damn. Pulled by
Those
Mile
are
High
sick, dude.
Movie, sculpted by Most Monstrous, right?
Mm,
And dreamed up and designed by Gobble Mob.
nice. Dude, the marble work on that is way sick.
Yeah, I don't know if those are, I don't know if some of those are washes and dry brushings that he's done, or if some of those are Mile High Safubi pulls. It's crazy to me when I think of like what a run of Safubi normally is, and I'm looking at the variety. It's like, damn, you had like several different pulls done, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, those are sick, dude.
Very, very sick.
4th of July.
4th of July.
Yeah, 4th of July. Hey, also, I think it's worth repeating. Goblin Mob did a really cool review on on General Porpoise's work. If you can catch that on YouTube, check that out too. Really good review, man. I'll be honest with you, bro. I had a shit morning this morning. I pulled up in San Francisco and I just did not want to be there. I did not want to be there. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to see anybody. And Goblin Mob hit me with that video. So I sat in my car for a while and watched that video, and I felt damn good after it. It took my mind off of what was going on at that present time for work. Got me thinking about the show tonight. Got me thinking about General Porpoise's work. Got me thinking about Goblin Mob and his work. And it was cool, man. That video right there flipped my morning around straight up. And that's very cool, dude, to have a short review video just to kind of take you away from the bullshit for a minute, you know?
I'm really not beloning anybody when I say that. Like, I love random unboxing videos. Like, the more content out there of random toy stuff, the better, in my opinion. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
It really works.
Hurt Toys, there you are. I think he's been in here the whole time, but
He's been lingering in here for a bit. He's chilling. He's hanging out.
What's up, brother? What is up, my brother? Come on to see you tomorrow. Hurt, I'll be there. So a couple more drops, dude. Did you have any more drops?
I didn't have any more drops. What did you catch?
So yeah, I did a couple. So there's so Luke Welch sculpture. He's got a couple new things coming out tomorrow. I believe you can check those out. Are you pulling it up on the screen? There it is. Yeah. I lost your audio, bro.
There you go.
There you go.
So here we go. 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Graveyard Ghoul. And then he does make a comment. He says, I may try to find some other random things for the shop too, which means there will definitely be other things. If you follow him, you know that if he says that he's thinking about something, it's definitely going to happen. So yeah, Luke Welch was one. Here's another one, Dingy Dave.
Oh, yeah. What's Dingy Dave got going on here?
So Dingy Dave has the Little
Ooh.
Death right there. Now, there's been a few of those that have come out. I have not seen that one, and I absolutely love that one because it looks like Skeletor.
But you do have a couple of his guys like this, right?
The stuff that I have from him is resin.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, I have a couple of the cosmonauts, and then I have one of the Cyclops. So yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
That, yeah.
I know these. I know
So
these.
yeah, those are dope, dude. Actually, I got mine at Designer Con. See this the page that you're just on, that picture, the with the multiple pieces on it. Yeah. So, dude, I want to show you something in there. Go to the other one, that one. Yeah. Look at that monkey head, top row, middle.
Yeah. Look almost like a Lab Monkey #9 head.
Yes, the pink and blue eye.
Yeah.
Fuck, I wanted that so bad, dude. Like, I set my alarm for that, and I went in the shop, and I don't know if somebody bought it right away, but it was not available. And that is dope, dude. That's one of the doper pieces I have seen recently. That
really
color
sharp
on there, I think the color really does it for me too. But that is sick.
Yeah, he's got some cool pores. There you go.
Babadrock, thanks for coming in, my dude.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, Dingy Dave. So he's got Little Death coming out on Saturday. Motley Miscreations.
Ooh.
New stuff. They're doing some really cool double cast. I don't really know what you would call it. They put a description of it there. And they said the drop was either going to be tomorrow or Saturday. So you might want to follow up with them and see when that is going to be exactly, or just kind of maybe set an alarm. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Like, look at that.
I don't know what it is. I love weird tendril shit. What are these? Alligator slugs?
Those are sick.
They're dope. What is going on here?
Oh, the Wendigo. Woo! That's a dope one.
Damn.
Look at that.
I want to see this original sculpture too. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah. Motley Miscreation. So yeah, the one on the left, that's what's coming out on Friday or Saturday.
These guys here, this batch of offerings.
Yeah, those are sick, dude. Motley Miscreations, dude. And honestly, I didn't really realize that they were going to be at Designer Con last year until I got there, and I was just kind of walking around the corner, and boom, they are, and I'm like, holy shit.
Too dope.
And had some really sick stuff available.
A lot of drops.
The other one that I have is Epoch. Epoch's got some Grave Walkers coming out on Saturday. Those ones he put a helmet on these ones that are sick. I like those.
I'm curious. I'm going to pull it up. I want to take a closer look. Let's investigate. Let's see what's going on here. Sorry I'm missing the YouTube chat, guys. It's because I'm bouncing into share screen a bunch. So let's see what's going on here.
Oh, look at that. Dirt Toyz got a Dirt Toyz says he's got a clapper for me.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Okay. I never realized that he was basically rotocasting them. Popping the heads in.
That's that helmet I was talking about right there.
Very cool. Huh. So is he rotocasting or is he 3D printing? Oh, so many questions now.
Yeah. Yeah, those are sick, man. So again, with Epoch stuff, it'll be an Etsy store drop. Get in there. If you're going for one of those, get in there a few minutes early. Get in there 5 minutes early and start refreshing the page, because I can almost guarantee you they will be there before a couple minutes before the drop time. And I don't know why that is, but just from my experience buying from him on Etsy, that's typically how it goes at a drop. You'll go in there at the time that you set your alarm for, and you're like, oh shit, it's already on.
That's already on.
Yeah. General Porpoise, thank you again a million times over, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we will be chatting for sure. And then I guess the last one that I would have is the General Porpoise one. We already talked about that. That's going to be on Sunday. Set your alarms. I don't know. 2 p.m. Eastern, so it's going to be 11 o'clock my time. But yeah, dude, those are sick.
That's going to be a great drop. I think
it is, and I'm very, very excited for him, man. That it's his first drop, and that we're kind of, or I should say, he is kind of really building steam behind it.
Yes. And I don't mean anything insulting, but he does seem to have basically really come out of like left field with just a fantastic idea, and some of his older work is now getting recognized as well for being as good as it is. They're a fantastic artist, man. Really, really talented artist.
For sure. Hurt Toys. It's a Darth Vader talking clapper.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
That sounds fantastic. What a friend.
Genuinely excited about that.
Damn.
Right on, Brett.
Catch you soon, man.
Yeah, man. And I think you already said Trash Joy 1,000 followers. That was dope.
Yeah, man. About time. That dude deserves it.
For sure. I'm excited to get that package, man. I think I might have that package next week to open.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. With that being said, too, I'm going to share screen real quick because I have the accounts under 1,000 and the accounts with some work that actually are under 30. So I'm going to pull those up real fast.
Ooh, check this out.
Yeah, what's up?
Death and Strawberry said that him and Kerf will be right next door to Epoch at DCon. Super excited.
I know, dude. That's why this DCon is so imperative to be at, in my opinion. There's a bunch.
It's a good one, man.
I know.
And actually, I was talking to Epoch the other day, and he's got a booth with Resin Blood this year, which is dope. I saw both those guys there last year. Very excited about that. I don't know if tickets are on sale yet, but they should be getting close. I know the UK one went on sale, and usually the US one is not too far behind it. So right on, dude. Death and Strawberries. Looking forward to meeting you, bro, at DCon. That'll be a good time.
I know Resin Blood is a very busy chap. He's got the tattoo studio. He's got the cantina. He's also got, for anybody who's not following, the Toy Cantina is an indie toy store that he runs. He's got a little one, a couple of them, I think, at this point. That dude is a very busy man, and his toys have only actually gotten better in the last year. So if you're not following Resin Blood or you're not familiar with their most recent work, go give them a follow. They've gotten really good in this last bit, in my opinion. So check them out.
Yeah.
Put in that work. Also, if we're looking at accounts under 1,000, this Hack-On Collectibles. I had to pull it up because there's no way I could have spelt this to you guys. So this person here, I like to creep accounts and find people who are under 1,000 people. So this guy here is chilling with under 1,000 people. I think he could use some more followers. Skulls are always fucking cool, man. Overpour skulls.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And Mothman Republic is still chilling at under 1,000 at the moment. 378. And meanwhile, he's just casted these up. I don't know if you've been watching this process. He ended up roto-casting basically by hand. He literally just kept tossing the mold up into the air to try and rotocast the shell portions, so that way he wouldn't have to deal with having all that wasted resin for those big giant shells. So those are hollow filled.
Wow, those are cool.
Yeah, he's really talented. I think he's a very underrated maker, in my opinion. He's been working on these too, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen with them. They're going to be interchangeable faced cloaked dudes.
Yeah.
So no clue what's happening with those, but
oh wow, those are sick.
They're going to be sick, man. I think he's quite the underrated maker, in my opinion. Especially if you're a fan of Trash Joy.
Yeah.
You should be right on this guy.
Oh wow, dude. He's got some, yeah.
Yeah. Mothman Republic. So if you're not already, I really like these squanches. These were probably one of his first ones he was making, the squanch dogs. They're just freaking fun, man.
I do follow him because I see his stories pop up all the time, but I have never really dug through his page, man. He's got some really cool stuff on there. The Krampus, I do remember the Krampus last year around Christmas time.
Around Christmas time, pumped those out. And in my opinion, these are dope, man.
Yeah.
Goblin Mob. Guy here, this is. You go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say Goblin Mob was asking if there's still booths available at Decon. I know last year at Decon there was a lot of booths that towards the back that were not empty. Goblin Mob, if you want some good info on that, I would reach on that style of booth. Reach out to Figure X because that's where I saw Figure X, and I know that it was his first Decon as well.
He said it was way cheaper.
Yes, way cheaper, and it was a good size booth. Yeah. Goblin Mob, it was the same size booth that Mile High Safubi had. So they might have some information too, just kind of on what the cost is. But there was plenty of open booths last year. Yeah. What is this? 43 followers?
RCR Lab Alt. So, no clue. So somebody who's working on some 3D prints right now, I saw these and just thought they looked like a lot of fun. I'll be honest.
Oh, those are sick.
I was like, you know what? Those just look really fun. And I'm not really sure what this individual is doing, but they're doing a lot of really cool stuff.
Wow.
Like the articulation in this seems really freaking cool.
Oh, wow.
All the different bendable portions. Looks just fun. Like, I'm not trying to blow it out of proportion. It just looks really fun. But yeah, so that's going to be rcrlab.alt. So it kind of makes sense. The 43, they've got to name this a little hard to find. And then if we're getting to people who have work, I always like to include somebody who I guess is maybe, in my opinion, on the bigger end as well as some of the smaller dudes when I'm pulling up work that is available right now for under 30. JM Rampage. If you've been looking to try and snag some JM Rampage, I was kind of blown away to see that he still had some of the ugly unicorns from 5 Point Fest kicking around. Usually these aren't kicking around too often, so I was surprised to see those guys. They're also done in the yellow glow-in-the-dark Safubi, and they've been painted. And then there's a couple of these guys that are right at the 30 mark. You get 3 of them. So there's a couple of those dudes still available. I was kind of surprised by that. So if you haven't been to the JM Rampage page in a little bit, he's got some stuff under 30 right now. Going to the homies, Trash Can Monster, man. I know you and I both really like him. Do you have this one? Another useless toy with the hand for a head? Looks dope. I know you ended up getting a couple of. I wish I'd grabbed one of these ones. I missed it. Depression.
Yes, I do have one of those. Those are sick.
Yeah, Trash Can Monster, very underrated in my opinion.
Yeah, man. He's got some really wild ideas, dude.
Yeah.
And another useless toy. That was, I think, a little series that he did.
Yeah, this is number 2. Number 1 is this guy here, 30 right on the dot.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one.
Collects 10 times more dust.
Yeah.
I think this dude would have been cool. Missed this guy, Gorb the Gentlest.
Yeah, that's cool too. Somebody has one of those that I was looking at recently. I can't remember who had one of those, but yeah, those are cool too, man.
And then Pretty Cool Pals. Thought I'd end on Pretty Cool Pals because if you're looking for a good bang for buck right now, $11, $10, $7, they're fun. I can't really put it any other way. Like, they're just a lot of fun. I've got a couple of them. I wish I had more. I'm almost like upset I missed some early on. They remind me of like nymphs and shit.
Yeah.
Have it. A couple under 1,000 followers that I feel we could maybe wrangle into our community and increase those followers, and a couple of people who have got work under 30 if you're on a budget. I wanted to bring it up because it came up a lot after the last live. When we're doing the like under $30 pieces, in no way is that to actually like offend anybody based on how they're pricing their work or to suggest where work should be priced. It's actually meant to try and just help if you're looking for a toy right now to buy, you're hoping to maybe get a little win. We're trying to point you towards some stuff that maybe is like a little bit more economic or easier on the wallet if you're in a tight spot right now. That's all. not trying to
Yeah.
shit on anybody's prices at all.
Yeah. And you know, and there's plenty of guys out there that have pieces that are way over 30, but then they may have some that are under 30.
Yep.
You know,
and
I
don't
think
hesitate. Let me know if
Go
you guys
ahead.
have pieces. Send us
Yeah.
DMs. Send any
Yeah.
of the 3 accounts that you know of to be able to let us know if you've got pieces under 30. Always happy to shout it out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Or drop it in the comments. One other guy under 1,000, Ocular Rhombus.
Nice.
Still under 1,000, dude. As much as we talk about him,
like that just hit over 1,000.
Yeah, no, he's under 1,000. I'm sure that'll change. Goblin Mob is saying that if he does do a booth at DCon, it would be with Strafe 7. Don't tease me. Don't talk dirty to me like that. That would be cool.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is the decon that a lot of the homies are coming out of the shell and they're going to be coming out to decon.
Yeah. Yeah, so they mentioned open it already. Junk mentioned open it already. Agreed, man. Agreed. That's a great show. And I know they probably are both very busy and probably have other things going on. I wish there was more of those. I thought that was a really good thing that they had going for a while. It seemed pretty consistent there for a minute, and then it just kind of went silent. And I don't think I know them well enough to ask them what's going on. It's not really my place to ask what's going on.
And I do see it pop up every now and then. I will see a toy come out, and I'll see Opened Already comment on the fact that they think it's dope and stuff, which it still like almost warms my heart when I see them show up on an Instagram post.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, you guys are still clearly out there scooping. But
yeah,
and I will say it. You know, sometimes this toy community, when you're doing this, it even tonight, right? I'm sure B to the J can kind of back me up here. We were both a little stressed. It's weird undue pressure that you put on yourself, but the fact that sometimes the technology doesn't just roll the way you want it to, it can become a lot. And so for what they were doing with that Open Already videos, the amount of editing it takes too, you know, it's just a lot.
It is, man. And it's, you know, you think it's just turning on the computer and having a conversation with somebody. But it is, I mean, you know how much time that we've put in on this in the last just few days. I mean, so Crumbs and I talked on the phone for, we talked yesterday, 4 hours yesterday, talking about this, like what we're doing now. And it has been heavily on my mind about how this transition from Instagram to YouTube Live is going to go. But then there's just so much other stuff. And I think you and I are both very much committed to putting out something that's quality.
So you know, even I told you earlier I wanted to kind of talk about it with you because admittedly, like we're at that weird standstill right now, right? Where it's like most of you guys understand it. You've built brands with your own stuff. Normally, like you want to have the whole brand package ready to go before you start pumping a bunch of stuff out there. So for instance, like I didn't really want to put a bunch of content out there today if it was going to be we don't necessarily know our brand colors for sure. And what I mean by that is like we might know what we visualize them as being, but if we get a graphic designer and they pick hashtag 066721 for the blue, we kind of need to know that's the color blue that is now our blue, so that everything's that blue. And I know it sounds so nitpicky, but they're called brand packagings. And in those brand packagings, that's usually where you then now know like the fonts that like are associated with your brand, the colors that are associated with your brand. So that way all of their stuff that you're doing has that same kind of synergy across it. And so, you know, we still have to kind of build all that stuff. So we appreciate you guys being patient even as we build up that. And Ocular Rhombus brings it up, and this goes out for everybody, and I mean zero offense by it. I'm like a weird Canadian dude who's very uncomfortable with receiving gifts of any nature, but the twist for that is that we're always happy to take giveaway pieces. So if for some reason you want me to sniff it and lick it before it goes to wherever it's going, then you can happily send it here. And I'm happy to be the one to show what we're giving away that week. Just hit me up in the DMs and I can totally get you my address and help out with shipping and stuff. But yeah, just don't be offended. It's not that I don't want the piece. It's that I'd like to see your piece go into the hands of somebody who could maybe really, really, really use the piece.
Yeah. Good point. Junk was saying that he missed the first part of the show, man. Yeah, check that out, dude. We had a really good conversation with General Porpoise on basically what he's doing. He's got a drop coming up. We gave away a couple pieces of his. That was very cool. But getting back to, the show, you're right, dude. I think participation, when we first talked about this, was going to be a huge part of it. The chat is a huge part. People dropping new stuff is a huge part. Giveaways are a huge part. And I think when we do a segmented show like that and can kind of deliver on everyone, and that's one thing that I really appreciate about some of these other shows, is that you can watch them and say, you know what, I like that, what they're doing. I want to do something similar. Or, you know what, I don't think that went over very well. Maybe we won't do that. Or maybe we'll do ours a little bit different.
I'll be honest, I see it all as just more. I don't even know how to put it. I love the toy content, man. I try not to find it. I try not to compare any of what we're doing with what they're doing. I do sincerely try and just enjoy it for what it is, because it's almost this weird, satisfying feeling when like I can see a piece on one of your shelves and we can discuss not only like the drop that came from, but maybe even like why the artist would have picked doing that. Like for me, green Gamorrean guards will always be super important. And that's because like the Polish bootlegs of them were just cast in dirty old green fucking resin for the beginning. And so a lot of it, the old bootlegs for Gamorrean guards are just like a green Gamorrean guard. So now green Gamorrean guards, it's like, oh snap, that's bootleg, like an all green Gamorrean guard. Oh
yeah,
it's those little things, man. And you only know about them because like you do digging and stuff. Today, having that new account, I don't know what it was, but it was almost like Instagram was just feeding me accounts I had never seen before. I was seeing so many new toys I had never seen and accounts I had never seen that I was just like, I felt almost like Professor X in the X-Men movies when he puts on the Cerebus and it's just too much for him to handle. It was basically like that or some shit.
Yeah. And yeah, dude, and I think we talked about that earlier too. And kind of just how the whole thing works. But it's cool, man. I mean, I think dude, we're on what, episode 7 now, right? Well, but this was 7, so we're on to 8. And yeah, I feel like we're getting more organized and kind of finding our niche as we go. Which is cool.
And one day eventually we'll be under 3 hours consistently.
I don't know when that's going to be, but you're right, dude. And honestly, time really flies when you get on here. We talked to General Porpoise. Yeah, we talked to General Porpoise for a good hour today. And, interviews are not something that we don't do those every week. No. I got a really, really, really good one for the next time that we do, which is going to be in a couple weeks.
Hey, you should pull Sir Healy in one of these days.
I'll tell you what, man.
I'll take a sick day that day, so that way he's not intimidated about like some weird ingrate being there.
I'm building up the nerve to ask him. He may do it, he may not. I don't really care if he does it or not. I think it would be cool. But it's yeah. I mean,
I don't praise Healy. I'd like to put that out there. I don't put him on some like weird pedestal and praise him or anything. I have great respect for Healy Made. I think he is an absolutely fantastic toy maker and artist. That's
absolutely.
That's why I would love to hear more Healy.
Yeah. And even just beyond the pieces, dude. I mean, you look at like his customer service and the how fast he gets stuff out. And it really is incredible, dude. He's found
marketing.
he's found some sort of formula that really works for him. And it's something that he can deliver on consistently every single time. And I think that's become a part of his brand, is that you kind of know what you're going to get and when you're going to get it when you order from him. It's a very consistent process every single time.
He reminds me of almost a machine. Titty Bean is, like, I don't say it as a weirdo, but Titty Bean's the closest artist I can think of that, like, I picture Healy made just like this robot in his house, just casting figures, checking Instagram. Yeah, your order's out. And the only other person I can picture that's so just like methodical is Titty. Titty Bean is Healy incarnate.
Yeah. And Titty is who I was talking about. He wants to come on. And it's just a matter of timing at this point. He's got some stuff going on. He does want to open some of his own stuff, which I thought was very cool.
Oh.
Like, I mean,
you and Titty been talking without me?
Well, it was a quick message. And we kind of talked back and forth of like, hey man, you think you want to come on sometime? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. And he goes, as a matter of fact, I have some boxes that I think I could open. I said, bro, perfect. That is absolutely perfect, because I am always curious to see, who are these artists buying? You know what I mean? Like,
dude, Titty Bean has an absurd collection. Absurd, and he's so sneaky about it. The dude is not. There's something odd about some of the artists that they are so quiet. One Trick is the same. I bet you Hurt Toys is the same damn way too. I bet you he's got a fucking absurd collection. They're just. Why are they so quiet about it? Why are you so quiet about it?
Hurt's collection is wild, man. You walk in there, but this is what I'm saying though. So it's not a lot of stuff from this community. There is that section of the room, but there's other stuff in there. There's really wild art. There's lots of Spawn stuff. There's lots of Geiger art. I love hanging out with that dude and at his house. I mean, he's a brother to me, first and foremost, but hanging out there is fucking rad, dude. I love it. It's a great environment to be in, especially if you're an artist. Everywhere that you look is there's something with art going on.
And even Junk just dropped that's their like collector account, Casually Narcissistic. So and they've got quite the absurd collection as well.
And I'll be 100% honest with you, dude. When I first came into this community, Casually Narcissistic is one of those accounts that I looked at and I'm like, man, someday I'll have a collection like that guy. And I start scanning through his page and I'm like, man, I want that. Man, I want that. Just a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, great collector. Very, very, very cool stuff in there.
Fretbrett is actually like that too. He has like 6 or 7 of those fucking Bog Squads. His Bog Squad collection is absurd. And it's like, he just has so many pieces. And he's been collecting for so long that you almost forget sometimes what some of these guys have seen. Like the one day he was showing me, oh my goodness, Been Busy. And it was like, have you ever seen the resin versions of these? And I was like, what? And your mind kind of gaps on the fact that, of course, somebody would have probably casted this thing in resin in order to fund their vinyl project. But we're going back like 10 years ago. And all of a sudden, you're just like, oh my goodness, you have a resin version of before that toy was ever sent off for wax casting and Safubi processing. Like, damn. And we both like agree the bog squads are like impossible. Those prisoner figures and the one with the guy with the little mace with the ball and chain, they're impossible.
Yeah, I agree. God, dude, I'm just trying to think of some of the, I don't have any Fretbrett pieces, dude. And now that you showed those ones, especially with the Boggy Boys and stuff, those are dope. You know what? And what you said, Bog Squad. Have you seen that collector? I think a lot of people have seen this collector. I think it's an odd name. It's like Wiz 1976 WIS.
All right, let's see if I can find this Wiz.
Yeah, type in WIS. You talk about insane collections.
Wiz
I've never seen
1976 Wiz.
I've never seen anything even close to this guy's collection. You think Bog Squad? Look at that guy's Bog Squad collection. He just posted a picture of it recently.
Let's all have a nice little like orgy here. We can all just have a nice little gang jerk sesh.
Look at that. Look at that. How is that possible? If you follow that account and you know how those things get out into the wild, how does that happen?
Well, and without sounding rude though, like this should let you know, like this dude, he goes to get his toys the way that the 300 protected Sparta.
Right.
You don't just acquire these right here, the fucking Kumans.
Yeah.
Shirahama. Yeah, you don't just acquire those.
Yeah.
And that was posted 4 days ago. So yeah, this person clearly like they hunt their toys. They know what they like and they get them.
Look at all that pus head stuff, dude. Look at all that pus head stuff. Like I've never even seen that amount of stuff on the internet.
I actually can't get over the amount of these, the Shurama toys. You like, yeah, the Bog Squads, but this is absurd. This is insane. Whew.
Yeah.
Who is this, Drake?
Dude, I don't know, but I consistently try to figure out how these pieces
This
are
blows
acquired.
my mind.
That's insane. No, I've seen some crazy stuff from him. That one right there, I'm like, well, are you one of the makers of these or what? Because how did you get all those?
How do you have one of like every drop? Like
I can't get one. I literally don't have one of those, and I've tried. 5,000 followers. Dude, look at that. 5672.
Wow. When you've got a collection like that, yeah, everybody's gonna come in and look at what you got. Like,
yeah.
My goodness.
Sick, super sick stuff.
Yeah.
There's some crazy collectors out there, man. There's some people just probably in this room even that have super sick stuff.
Yeah. And that's why, like, admittedly, I worry about it sometimes. I'm always like, oh, I hope they don't think I'm like bragging. And it's like, it's really not bragging, it's sharing. You're just sharing some of the enjoyment that you got from these pieces. Hopefully these other people can also like find a new maker, get some other enjoyment by grabbing from that maker.
Yeah, for sure. Well, what do you think, bud? Is it time to call it a night or what?
I think we covered some ground this evening. You bet, man. And next week, I think we will have even more development on the brand and the name and all that fun jazz. I hope you guys got a good chuckle about the fact that it took us about a month and a half to come up with Toyz Alive. So, yeah.
I dig it though, man. Like I said, it's coming together. I mean, we're 7 weeks into this. If I don't know if anybody else has noticed, they probably didn't, but I know that me and you have, is that we knocked out 7 weeks in a row. We have not taken a break yet. And that was one of the things that I really wanted was consistency. And I think we're actually nailing that part.
And I really appreciate all the homies that migrated over from Instagram to YouTube tonight. That really meant that you guys came and hung out, because it would have been an awkward 3 hours when we had 4 hours of it yesterday. But we appreciate you guys coming and making it all the more fun and engaging and like informing us and contributing 110% drives all this.
For sure, man. I was definitely worried about tonight. I think I was just kind of looking at the room count as we're moving along here, and consistent, dude. I super appreciate everybody jumping over to Instagram. I didn't know how hard of a switch that would be. Hopefully we can, I think this is going to be our platform from now on, right? I mean, we're always going to do Instagram as far as having accounts. We do have the one joint account now for the show, Toyz Alive, Toyz Alive. Check that out. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, you know.
I look forward to these every friggin' week, man.
Yeah, me too, man. I think it's good, man. Like I said, you know, Thursdays kind of turned into my Fridays when we started this thing, because it's really feels like it's a nice little bow at the end of the week, and then you slide into Friday and, you know, get ready for the weekend. So,
dude, fill my cup right up. Gets me totally refilled for the next week.
For sure.
All right.
Well, cool, man. See you guys next week. We will be posting as usual.
Thanks so much, guys.